Good. Okay. And I'm going to check our feed. And there it is. Okay. Good.
What's up? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you
Yes.
just fine.
Who are you?
Roland.
Okay, it just says iPad 3, so we don't. Yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah, you want to rename Roland Vega?
Yeah. Yeah. Jimmy, take it away. And we're still waiting. Let's see. Joanne was running to get her headphones.
Right. So as soon as Joanne
Okay.
comes back with her headphones, give her a check one more time, and then we can go ahead and have
Okay.
her start.
So, hi everybody. So
Hello.
my audio engineer slash son is in the back using his headphones to do a mix that's due tomorrow. Um, but I was able to interrupt him, even though he had the do not interrupt sign on his door. And he gave me these. So I'm just gonna see if they're gonna work. Give me 1 second. Okay, so can you hear me?
Yes.
You guys can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, all right. This is working. Oh God, these are even better.
Okay,
All right.
so you
Now,
can
can you
hear
play a
us.
song real quick? I can hear you fine.
Okay, good.
I can hear Steven. I can hear um Jimmy. Just give me a snippet of a song real quick.
Okay. Let's see. Um,
Hey Tom,
whoops. Hold
how
on.
are you? I see you there. I know you're muted. How you doing? Oh my God, I haven't seen you in so long. Okay.
Are you ready for the fun?
Yep, I got it. Okay.
Can you hear?
Yep. Mhm. Now, the only thing, okay, that's good. So the only thing I'm going to ask Steven when we get into the song critiques is that
Yeah.
you watch me, because I
Okay.
probably will have you um this means stop,
Yeah. Okay.
this means keep going,
Yeah.
and yeah. So
Okay.
stop, because I may stop you and have you restart at some point,
Okay.
like I do when I'm live, and then this means keep going, and then this means
Yeah. Yeah.
I've
Okay.
heard, yeah,
Heard enough.
I'm
Yeah.
done with it.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. So as long as you can see me, we're good. Hi, Kenny. I see iPads here. Woo. Okay. Okay, so I'm ready when you guys are.
Okay, so we've already done our quick welcome to SongNet. We got people rolling in a little late as usual for some people, but
Mhm.
we are going to start with our East Coast friends
Good. Okay.
because yeah, it's already getting near 10 o'clock over there, right?
Oh, geez. Okay, so we'll get started with you guys, and I'm gonna do this. Let me just tell you where I'm at. You guys can go to musicbizgal.com and you can read all my background. I don't need to go over that now, but I have two projects that end the end of January. I hear an echo for some reason.
Yeah,
Somebody's.
yeah.
I think
Steve,
it's you,
can
Jimmy.
you mute everybody that's not?
Okay,
Okay.
I think that's better. Yes. Okay. So, anyways, I have on my plate right now two Paramount. Is it Paramount, the new streaming? Yeah, Paramount. And the other one is Apple. I have three shows on my plate, all with two are January deadlines, and the other one I think is February or March 1st. And usually I get one, it keeps me busy, and I'm pretty much guaranteed two out of the three. What does that mean to you, songwriters? Um, right now, because of all the what we call the season of all the pilots and everything coming out in the fall, they're all being done right now to be released in the fall kind of deal. And so that's what everybody's working on. And then there's all these new platforms. So there's a whole bunch of new opportunities for me to place music. And I've been doing a lot of fall placements and music supervision probably since October. And which means I've pretty much used almost everything I have right now that's in my library. So what does that translate to you? I need broadcast quality music. Some of it can be demo quality. Um, in pretty much every genre, um, except for maybe classical and, Tuvian throat singing or Native American, but, basically all the regular genres right now. And so what I want to do, because I need to get a lot of music in, is normally I charge $200 for 2 hours, and I will be doing $60 for 60 minutes, as many songs as you and I can get in. That's for a one-off. If you guys want to consult and throw more music at me or ask questions. But for today's purposes, I do always accept music for free. It's always 2 songs per year. And you just send it to musicbizgal@yahoo.com and just put free song submission. And whenever they go into a queue, and it could take 2 months or 6 months for me to get to them and screen them. And then if I like what I hear, either me or an intern will follow up with you to hear more. And we just sort of take it from there. And then that's how I collect music into my library. I still have sort of 2. One is non-exclusive, which I'm sort of kind of ending that out. And then I'm also starting a new exclusive. You can ask all those questions and what that means later. But that's it. So just to submit, you go to musicbizgal.com. In the headline, just put 2 free song submissions, and that's it. I won't reply, but I'll get to them for consideration for the projects that I'm working on. They either have 12 episodes or 10, so there's a lot there to be done. So there's that. But then if you want to submit more songs or ask questions or whatever, or get your music in my library for either the exclusive or non-exclusive, or just have more answers about music business, then that would be the 60 for 60, as long as it's done within 2 weeks, because I won't be able to screen music after 2 weeks because I'm actually going to be doing all the licensing. Did that, maybe have questions on that? Same email. If you want this submit 2 songs, no questions asked, musicbizgal@yahoo.com. If you want one-on-one time with me, then just put in there the 60 for 60 and we'll get that knocked out in 2 weeks. Either way, okay? But there's a good chance if your music's really great, I'm going to ask you for more and you won't need the 60 for 60. Or maybe I might like it, but you're not cleared yet with the PRO, which then we're going to need a 60 minutes so I can walk you through that process. Okay. Anybody else? Questions? Yay? No? Okay. Okay, let's get started with the East Coasters.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, is John Pfeiffer here? No?
Okay, let's
Okay,
keep
how
going.
about Roberta Pearl Lamb?
Yes, Roberta's here,
right? Okay, let's
and
see.
Kenny's here. So I figure we can start with Kenny, and then go to Roberta.
Okay, is that Kenny Seltzer? Did I say
Yes.
that right? Hi, Kenny. How
Okay.
are you? Can you
Good.
unmute him for a sec? Hey,
All
Kenny, where are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Where are you?
Outside of Boston in a little town called Carlisle, Massachusetts.
Okay. So what kind of song am I going to get? What genre do you think it is?
I think it's a kind of Americana singer-songwriter.
Okay.
I kind of made it into rather than a band backing up a singer, having more of a band feel.
Okay, a band like give me a band sample. Are we talking about like
I
the
don't know.
band, or are we talking more like a Chris Stapleton or
It's
something
not as rough like Chris Stapleton. It's more
Okay.
mellow.
more mellow? Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
singing is mellow. I don't really have a idea of who it sounds like, to tell you the truth.
Okay. All right. Let's take a shot at it.
Okay, I'm going to do a share screen, and then we will. Here's the song.
I can sit here as long as it takes. I won't go when I'll put on brakes. I'm as stubborn as a man could ever be, so I won't let you go away from me. Tonight is different and I want to know why. I can feel it and I can see it in your eyes. The way you moved when I walked into the room, like I was bringing you to your doom. So tell me your stories and please no more lies. I'll be listening and I want to emphasize. I want to know how to make it alright, but I need you to reach over and turn out the light.
Ah, that's great.
Eileen, where are the ones I remember from days long ago? Eileen, who are the ones that I see every day? I don't know.
Okay.
Moonlight shine.
Perfect. Well, thank you for that song and thank you for sharing it with me.
Thank you
So
for listening.
it was really good and it went off really well in the beginning. And then there were three things that I was like, wow, I could probably use this. It's very Bob Dylan-esque, which I love. And it always works good for for placements in a lot of the work that I'm doing. The less band and the more sort of emotional, raw song it is, the easier it is for me to license. So that being said, there are three things though. These are going to be the three things why I probably wouldn't take it yet. There were some pitch issues in the vocals, which are really easy fixes because there's software to fix that. But also, the other thing is your chorus was not for me a chorus. It was more like a bridge. I'd move that around. And where it said Eileen, I'm not sure if you were, Kenny, if you were intending that to be the chorus. But it's definitely not a chorus. It's more like a pre-chorus. And in fact, I don't even know if the song needs that. I really got touched when you went right to the killer line in this is, but I need you to reach over and turn out the light. Cause I had no idea she was lying next to you. And that just grabbed me. I was like, oh God, that's so good for film and TV. So, and then the mix I think could have been better. How was this recorded? It doesn't sound like it was any kind of professional or mastering software that was used to
It
put
hasn't been
together.
mastered. It hasn't
Yeah.
been mastered yet.
Yeah, it was right.
I was going to raise the vocals in the first verse, and the kick drum sounds a little too much heavy metal for
Yeah,
me.
yeah, it's
So
very
I was going to
bright
change.
and tinny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you can just fix I'd love it if you could just fix the vocals. And it's okay to be out of tune some places because that's all, Neil Young and Bob Dylan do, right? But there's some that are just dropped too much, that it doesn't work for me. And there was maybe 3 spots. The rest that are there are kind of, I leave them alone, because it's very human sounding. But I would pull the chorus. Also, if you have the word Eileen, it's harder for me to place. Because if the film doesn't have a girl and her name's not Eileen and they're not sleeping in a bed together, it'll never work for me. The chances of that happening are 0. But I would, but realistically, in most film and television, we're not going to get that much or that far. But that one killer chorus is really, really good. So I would just use, I want to know if you'd make it all right, but I need to know if you'd reach over and turn out the light as a chorus, or that whole paragraph as a chorus. And just pull out the Eileen. I don't think it's necessary. I think it's going to make it harder to pitch. Works good for radio though.
Yeah, right. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Good job. Yeah. Yeah, I would, I'd like to hear when you get it mixed, and if you resolve some of those issues, definitely send it to me.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, great.
It's
Thank
weird.
you.
I can't hear any claps or any boos or
Everybody's muted, that's why.
Yeah, everybody's muted. Down
Okay.
at the bottom of your thing, by the way, guys, there is a thing that says reactions, so you can hit the reactions and then throw hand claps up like that, and that kind of works out pretty cool. So
Fine. Yeah, that's a new
even
thing.
if you're
Someone
muted, you
like
can
us,
pull
huh?
that off.
Okay,
So-
Stephen, I'm trying to clear the screen and I realize it's Stephen's screen.
Right, we're all on Steven's screen,
Yeah.
so we're going to be seeing Steven's screen all night. That's kind of how it works here, but
Yeah.
Where's everybody though? I
Well,
like
let's
to
put it
see
this
the
way. I
faces.
can go back and forth and put you on between each song. I can
Yeah.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah, if you
All right.
could. It
All
makes
right,
it
we'll
more
do that.
human.
All right.
Okay, so next we got Roberta Lamb's
Right.
stuff up.
Okay, let's see.
Hi, Roberta.
Hey, thank you for doing this.
Oh, I
This
love
is-
doing this. I
I'm
love it.
new at this. You know what? I just wrote this song last week and I just recorded it here. So it's not like mixed or anything. It's brand new. It's not quite in tempo yet, but hey.
It's okay. It's okay. It's in fact, it's actually always better when I get them this way, because then you can go back and get the and get the my producer's input to add in
Sure.
them instead of having to undo and redo.
Cool.
Right. Okay. So where are you, Roberta?
I'm in Providence, Rhode Island.
Rhode Island. Okay, another East Coaster. Thank you
Yeah.
for staying up late. I appreciate that.
Oh, it's only 10 o'clock.
Oh, that's my bedtime. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Let's see here. So let's see here. And I like your lyric sheet. It's got your name and your PRO on there, and then it's copywritten. It's got the name on it. You do get one check mark though for not having the contact on there unless it's on the bottom.
It
Got it.
might be on the bottom. We'll see.
I don't think so.
No, it's not there.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you want the same information on the top and the bottom, but you on the bottom, because if I find this, if I'm going through lyric sheets in my files and I find the right song and I don't know how to reach you to
course.
place it, yeah. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, and I do have a formal template for lyrics that I give out. If anyone wants to email that to me, I will send you a blank copy of it. I think I wrote a blog about it. So anyways, for some free documents that you guys can download. And I think my blog is linked to the Music Biz Gal on Music Biz Gal on my Facebook page. Okay. All right, let's go for it, Stephen. Jump in. Oh, what genre is this, Roberta?
What genre? It's kind of a singer-songwriter, bluesy.
Okay. Okay. Good.
Yeah. Checking out prospects on my iPhone. Must have sense of humor, testosterone. Some profiles are charming, well-written, nice pics. But some of them, though, seem like real twits. On sports cars, he flies his own plane. To tell you the truth, that just gives me chest pain. Sam craves adventure on long hiking trips. Don't think that would help us build good partnerships. Swipe left, toss them aside. Swipe left. If I keep swiping left, I'll never know what's inside.
Okay, that's good,
Swipe
Stephen.
left on and find the right.
Good. Okay. So I can see why you definitely said first, it's a very cute song.
Oh,
It
thanks.
reminds me of some stuff that show that God, I want to say Mike Judge, but it's not Mike Judge. The Freaks. That's a new
Freaks.
yeah, it's a new animated show that's got like Pete Davidson in it and Woody Harrelson. It's an
Oh,
animated
fun.
feature. And they use a lot of we call that novelty music because of the content.
Got it.
And that stuff would have been fun for that one. But
Cool.
usually most of those are written for what the storyline is. But once in a while we can sneak something quirky in there like that. Now I know why you called it singer songwriter / blues. Your tempos are both. You've got two completely different tempos. Some go, if the count goes like 8 bars, and then it goes like the traditional blues count, and then so the measures aren't fitting for me as far
Right.
as time. You got to record with a click track. You
Right.
must record with a click track. If you want to make any money in film or television or recording, you really need to use a click track because that is gonna that's how music is synced. Sync means synchronization. If we don't know where we're at in your song, we can't cue it in correctly. So that doesn't mean you can't vamp out and go from a 4/4 to a 5/8 time and then back into 4/4, but it has to be truly 4/4 at 440 or the 5/8, and we have to know where that mark is. So your timing and your tempo's off. That being said, for the first time out and just writing something quirky off the top of your head, it's great. So now just go in and fine tune it. So figure out, I personally, if you were my client, I was going to take you in the studio, I would definitely, hi, Harambe, I would definitely do the traditional blues. I would definitely slow it down, just a little bit, not a lot, not like blues hardcore, but just a little bit. And because you also had some word stuffing in your lyrics that you try to get too many words into the phrasing and the time. And again, fixing your time signature, you're going to collect the rhythm. Then you'll know what words to leave in and what words to take out. But I would definitely slow it down and go a little bit bluesy, and then get it broadcast quality and all those other things that go into production. But
Yeah.
for a starter song, it's really cute, it's really quirky, and that's current content. I mean, swipe up. I know, I'm single. I know what that means. Swipe left, swipe left, swipe left. For all you single ladies out there. Yeah. So, and it's pretty relevant. So I would definitely, just secure a time signature, go with the blues, do traditional one line, repeat, then change, and then your tag. Yeah. All righty.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
All righty.
you so much.
Thank you.
It's fun. Thanks.
Yay.
All right.
Good.
Great job, Roberta. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I can
Okay,
see all the
next
clapping going on.
Ah,
All right.
All right.
Okay, so now we've got John Corbell's up. John Corbell is here in LA every now and then, but now he's in FLA. So, John, you want to unmute and say something here?
Where are you, John?
Yeah, I'm in Orlando. Hi.
Hi, I want to
minute.
see you.
There's a video now. I think you got it.
Oh, wow. Hey, yeah.
Hi.
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 So John, have we done this before with Songit? Because
I've done some showcases. I met Jimmy, Jimmy, like 6 years ago, something like that.
Maybe
out
even
here.
longer,
Okay,
yeah.
out here.
Yeah,
Okay.
and we did Cool Ox Woodshed a number of times, and
Okay,
I
good.
was at the nice events you guys have there in Pasadena. At
Awesome.
I forget the name of that place, and I get out there a few times a year, and gotten to be, like I said, good buddies with Jimmy, and he keeps me in the email
Good.
chain, and I find out about these things, and I try and participate when I can.
Well, welcome aboard. I appreciate you sharing your babies with me. All of you. Those are your babies, your work of art, your things that you hold close to you. So I'm always honored for you guys to share. So what do you think I'm going to hear?
As far as genre, this
Mhm,
is
mhm.
I guess best described as jazz and bossa nova, but still
Ooh.
singer songwriter,
Okay.
and it's fully produced, so it's not something that it's been mastered and everything.
So when you say singer-songwriters, that's Latin, it's not going to be like bossa nova 5/8 time with Jim Croce on top.
That might not be a
Might
bad
happen, okay.
description,
Alrighty. Okay,
and
let's see.
you're right about the 5/8 time.
Okay, good. Well, yeah, you said Latin most. Okay, let's give it a spin. Yeah, see, that could be Latin. It could also be very Steely Dan at this point. Asia.
She is my tattoo, the one so grand design, the love I walked away from but can never leave behind. She is my tattoo, a heartache in control, the pain that doesn't stain my skin but penetrates my soul. She is my tattoo, a man cannot forget, an image so indelible won't fade beneath regret. She is my tattoo, an imprint on my heart, a picture carried with me like some tortured work of art. She left her mark on me, a mark anyone can see, coloring everything I've ever tried to be.
Okay, that's good.
She left her mark on.
Stephen, yeah, go to the center of the lyrics, just a little tad higher, or actually, or make it bigger, whatever, so I can see more of the lyrics. Okay, so a good call on that. I would also probably go because your rhythm is a bossa nova and Latin doesn't necessarily require you to call it that way because it doesn't have all the other traditional Latin elements in it other than the instrumentation. So I would probably first off call it adult contemporary, because that's more of what it sounds like to me. So that being said, that's the genre. I would not, if I was going to sell the song, I wouldn't call it tattoo, because tattoo, I immediately in my head just goes to Blink 182, and it just goes to, you know, something a little more rougher. And when I hear your voice, which is very adult contemporary, very Celine Dion male version with tattoo, those are not connecting for me. That being said, I do like tattoo, the first line, she's a tattoo, she is my tattoo, because it explains the significance and importance of who she is to you. Love that part. I would have called this song, or if I was going to pitch it, we usually change the names anyways. So the new pitch song would probably be She Left a Mark. And then inside you use the word tattoo, and then it softens up, it makes it adult contemporary. I did have trouble, where are those lyrics at, Stephen? Because you sang too much. And this is such a jazzy, instrumental, vibey song. If you listen, I would definitely go with like Asia, more the Steely Dan adult contemporary, because that's where your voice fits. If you want to go Latin, you can, but you're gonna have to pull your voice out of it and get a Latin vocal in there to make it sellable and believable, which is what you probably don't want to do. So then flip it over to singer-songwriter, adult contemporary with this great band. However, you probably not until it's either right before that She Left Her Mark on Me, you know, that second phrasing there, that there's actually any break. I don't even think you go from that last line, which is a picture carried me like some torture work of art. You go right into She Left Her Mark on Me. If you listen to any Steely Dan, everything breathes. You get the saxophone, you get the piano. The musicians on this are fantastic, but I'm really fighting to hear that. And they should be accenting, and you should be having conversations with this type of music, jazz, bossa nova, very intellectual kind of music. You really need to let the musicians support the vocal. And instead they're just singing, and these great musicians aren't being heard, and they can support you. I want the instrumentation and the dynamics to let me know when you're going to come, right before you come back in, that you're coming back in. Like with Steely Dan, they'll use like the chimes, and then, you know, boom, or there's a rise, and I need some canyons and some valleys in there intertwining, because that's what adult contemporary of this kind of song is going to require to go that way. The other cool thing though, and this goes out to everybody, anybody that gets licensed film and TV, sometimes they get a little hurt when I say, oh yeah, I sold your song, but we pulled your vocals. So that's not necessarily because we don't like the way you sing, but because the scene requires for the right music, but it can't be interfered with dialogue and singing at the same time. How does that translate to you? It's the same dollar amount. I don't care if you're singing it, we use a vocal track or the instrumental track. Okay, it's just all going to be the same thing. So now, if you were to hand me this piece and it was opened up more where you're singing, I'd have a better sense of wanting to place it, because the music is telling us where the vocal is, and that adds the emotion. If the instruments are highlighting you instead of just singing all the way through, it's like our brains are pea brains, and we want to catch up to the vocals and feel what you're saying. And then you've got these fantastic musicians. Everybody on there seems like they're all pro studio musicians. So we need to hear that sprinkled in and more breath. So you could go that way, you could go the Latin way and just have a Latin person just sing it up, but it still have the same issue. You still need them. So go back and listen to, it doesn't matter if it's Girl from Ipanema or Steely Dan or Yellow Jackets or anybody like that, but just listen to what the instrument's doing up against the vocals when the vocals are coming in and coming out, and then just the peaks and the valleys, more dynamics. It's a solid song. It's great music, big songwriting. I'm wondering what it sounds like without the vocal, because if you're going to send music or submit this to news, always make sure you do the instrumental too, because it's going to cover more genres. So if I'm doing novellas, which I've done many times before, I could put that in there, and then the singer-songwriter version, put it in another project that I'm working on, because a lot of the stuff we use for 60, 30 seconds. Also, the music without the vocals, I do a lot of stuff like on the news when the lottery numbers go up or the NFL numbers go up, sort of the scores, it's the background, or what they call the bed music for visuals. That works really well too. And you got some great musicians. So there's kind of multiple aspects of where you can move forward with it. But for me, if I was going to take it in my library, I need some more dynamics in the musicianship. So it tells me where I'm at in the song and leads me. Because you don't have like this is verse, this is verse, this is chorus, this is verse, this is bridge. It's not that, just looking at the lyrics, it's not solid, which it doesn't have to be for that style of music. But it still has to have forward motion and connect to the heart to be able to sync it with something. I think overall it's pretty good. Where'd you get those musicians from?
Oh, it was produced in Nashville.
Okay, so it's Nashville. I could tell they're all great.
They're
all
session,
great.
session.
But all they're doing is playing what under your vocals. There's no featured sprinkles in between vocal because you're singing the whole way through. At least they do open up a little bit when we got to the second half of that song, just a tad, and I didn't hear the rest of it. But that needs to be moved more forward in the front of the song. What is the line, Jimmy? Don't bore us and get right to the chorus, right? So we want all those dynamics in there.
Sure.
Yeah. But thank you for submitting that. It's got a lot of potential, even just as an instrumental. If I was you, I'd take that instrumental and just start pitching it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks. Yeah.
You're welcome.
All right. Thanks, John. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, next we got Caddison Kai. And she's here in LA. So, Caddison, you can unmute and say hello.
Caddison.
Hi.
Hello. So you're here in LA, huh?
I'm here in LA.
Okay, so what kind of song do you think I'm going to hear?
This song is it's so hard to say.
I love your glasses,
Hip-hop.
by the way. I got
Thank
new
you.
ones too.
Yeah, these are relatively new. Hip hop tendencies. It's probably a alternative hip hop with rock, hip hop rock, dub
Okay,
rock, hip hop. Yeah.
Good. There's a lot of that happening. Okay. It's called Set It Off. I already just like that already. And by the way, everybody, I'm also getting a ton of hits and requests for, where's my drum roll? For Peloton. For Peloton. Okay, so and so when you think Peloton, don't think, oh, I got to work out. They're also doing some yoga, some meditation, some visuals, some scenes from Arizona where you just sort of have this flighty music, and Americana. So don't think that your music is never a category for that kind of stuff. It always is. And the thing is, they're your instant fan finder, because when you get something on there and your fans hit it, it's like instead of paying a radio company to find out which songs are popular in which areas, the Peloton sort of does it for you, because the folks that like the music, they just keep repeating till those numbers go up and the money comes up and the income goes up and the Spotify's go up and everything else. So don't discount anything. Every hit is a hit. All right, let's see what we got here.
It's funny you should say that, because the last song that I wrote, I didn't submit here. I wrote, and it's called Bigger, Better, Stronger, or Stronger.
Ooh, girl.
It is definitively a Peloton sports activity kind of song. It's a house, but I did like a house music dance house version of I have two different types of dance house versions of that Bigger, Better, Stronger. I would love to submit that as a second song to you.
Okay, well, you got my email, musicbizgal@yahoo.com. Okay,
I'll do
let's
that
go ahead.
tonight.
Let's go ahead and hear this one now.
Okay.
Set it off.
Ooh, you got a little
Set
fat.
it off. I can make it clap, I can make it rain. I'm the fuel to the flame, make you say my name. I said it all. Said it all. Said it all. Be careful what you ask for. Make you feel super complete. I'm much more than you bargained for. Smother me with kisses, I'm the air that you can breathe. Set it off. Set it off. I can make it clap, I can make it rain. I'm the fuel to your flame, make you say my name. Set it off. Set it off. Joy and pain, I'm all of them things. Yeah, Alpha and Omega, it's a spiritual thing. When we come together through the storm of sunny weather. Set it out!
Okay. Woo-wee. Wait, let me just take my seatbelt off. Holy guacamole.
It's a little
Yeah, you're
okay.
definitely
rock.
you're definitely the female version of Body Count. Um
I like
yeah.
body count.
And you know, yeah, you're a cross between Body Count and Rage Against the Machine with the little
That-
chocolate con thrown in there. I love it. I love it. You know why? And I'm sure I can't see all your faces, but the emotion. I mean, that's like a kick-ass song. Like, I'm gonna kick your ass, or I'm gonna whatever I'm gonna do. You know, I could just totally see it in a movie with like Denzel Washington, or any one of the Marvel movies that has a female superhero. Like, just totally. And it's unfair that we have to do it virtually because I mean, I heard some of the trap and some of the dubstep in the bottom, but some of it sounded a little tingy and bright. But that could very well be just the audio translation through the airwaves and not coming through as an MP3 or as an AIF file or a Pro Tools file, you know.
Okay.
So definitely do that and send me a few other your songs as well. If they're anything close to that, that's just rocking. That's just that kind of song makes me go out and find something to place it with before someone else does. You know, that's like
Oh,
one of my
thank
favorite
you.
bands. One of my favorite bands is Rage Against the Machine. I never thought of putting a female front singer in front of that, but I love those guys. I've worked with Tom Morale before, and maybe
I
I'll
know.
send it to
Yeah,
him.
I
Maybe
know
I'll send it
Tom.
to him. Right? He's a local. We got to send it to him. Okay.
Yeah, you should send it. I've done
Yeah.
some things. I've performed at the Whiskey, and I've done stuff, and he was in work with him on there was Tuesday or Wednesday nights. We used to do things every Tuesday or Wednesday night, just
Have
to sit
you-
in kind
do
of
you have
thing.
Do you have a
All of my
PRO?
music is more like that.
Okay. Do
That's-
you have a
that's my
PRO? Are
thing.
you set up? Are you set up with ASCAP or BMI already?
I'm already set up with BMI.
Okay, good. Have you licensed any of your music prior to this?
I have never licensed my. I'm new. I'm the new
Oh
kid
God,
on the
let
block.
me show you how to do this. And there's two ways to do it. I can just stick it in my library and maybe place it, or I can teach you how to do it yourself. Because there's some level of music that I feel like, why should I just take half of their money when in a couple sessions I can teach them how to sell it themselves, keep me out of it and keep your 100% all the time. But we'll talk about that afterwards. But thank you. That's the kind of stuff that makes me go, again, that is Peloton, true and true. I feel it very, very major motion picture. And I also feel it very anime too. Been getting anime is a really big thing right now.
Anime.
And so I've been getting a lot of requests for anime. But the fact that it's a female doing it is making it even more licensable for me. So,
Oh, cool.
yay,
Cool.
thank you for getting my blood going. I really like it.
Thank you. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
You're welcome. Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome.
Yeah, one
Thank
thing.
you for listening.
Right, Cadison. Yeah, that was awesome. I'm just wondering, are you familiar with a band that was called Little Sister?
No, I'm not familiar with Little Sister.
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
friends with the guys from Living Color. All of us
Oh, those guys are
know
great.
each other from the beginning because I was doing that. They just weren't signing black girls to do them at the time. So I missed out on that.
We're
and
gonna
they
make
got-
them. Let's make them sign.
They got the upper hand. Yeah, I think it's time.
Yeah, because
Fun.
Little Sister used
I
to
would
be.
love to hear.
Yeah, Little Sister used to be the one of the house regulars at Rusty's on the pier back in the day, and their songs are most of their songs are exactly that. In fact, that song is almost exactly like it's a Chocolate Doll is the name of their song that sounds just like that. So look for them if you can find it.
Look
Yeah.
for that.
I like.
Little Sister.
But I
LIL.
also heard. I heard a lot of.
Sister.
I heard a lot of more recent trap and dubstep and bottom. That makes it a little bit more 2020 for me. That's why I really
Yeah.
liked it.
That
Yeah,
was
'cause it's-
that was
Where's the music coming
intentional,
from?
especially. I'm sorry.
Where's the music coming from? Who's doing the music?
Oh,
Writing the music.
Corey Jacob.
Are you working with?
I
the-
wrote the music. Well, he and I wrote the song, and he
Mm.
produced the tracks.
Okay, all right. It's
For
really good.
me, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
in his. He's already in your. You have one of his submissions.
Okay, good. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
And what is
Alright.
his name? What is his name?
Corey Jacobs.
CORI.
Okay.
He
Okay.
had a recording. He had a recording session tonight. I know for sure
Okay.
because we were going to
Okay.
come there live, but
Uh-huh.
I guess the reason why he's not here at this moment might be
He's
he
there,
might
okay.
still be in the studio. He's working tonight.
Okay, good. Thank you for that. It's awesome.
Thank you. Little Sister, SISTAH.
I think just SISTA.
Oh, SIST. I got it.
Yeah,
Little
but
Sister.
they've got a great song. I think if you look for Little Sister Chocolate Doll, you'll probably find it.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you. Yeah, love your stuff. I mean, I was a big fan
awesome.
of theirs.
Awesome.
Okay, next up we've got Sal Guitarias with Laurel Wright.
Laura,
So
Hi.
Laurel's here. Yeah.
I don't see you though.
Can you see me?
Not yet. Oh, hey Laura, how are you?
And Sal's here too.
Good. Hi.
Okay, so what we got now? Something new.
Yes,
What?
we have an album that Sal and I co-wrote, and it's a new album. And the genre we've classified it as is adult contemporary. And Sal, do you want to add to that?
I saw him in here somewhere.
Well, he's in here on this particular song too. We have Scott Page playing sax.
Of course, I know Scott.
Yeah, so that's a treat, right?
He's the saxophone player for
Pink
Pink
Floyd.
Floyd and a few others. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
Scott. I've done a few.
Oh, there's Sal.
I saw. I've done a
Chad,
few
Chad
things.
Watson on bass.
Of course.
Okay, Chad
If
Watson.
it's not
yeah.
Chad Watson, it's Lee Sklar, right?
Yeah, exactly. And Malcolm Lukens on keyboards. Anyway, it's I hope you enjoy it. It's a good track. We're very proud of it.
Good. Let me hear it. My expectations are high. Where are you guys from?
I'm from LA. She's from San Francisco area.
Okay. Scott.
Yeah.
Can you stop it, Steven? Okay. Everybody has to mute because I want to hear it better. And there's a lot of echo. Start it over.
I wish you would.
Better.
keep quietly in mind. Before long, your lips move, words fall across a line. Words you say, words that give away your cold reality. Words that still hurt some, but I'm not as dumb as you made me out to be. There are things I wish you would keep quietly in mind. Tensions grow, emotions flow, words fall across a line. I catch a power core, now I own the door. Be sure to close it on your way. I need you not like I needed you before yesterday. Before yesterday. Oh, before yesterday.
Okay. Very nice. First of all, it's timeless. The music is timeless. It's definitely adult contemporary. The vocals, I'm wondering why you doubled her vocals again instead of putting it like a different, like a male or somebody. Had you thought about that when you wanted to do that?
You know, Sal's son Jason produced it, and I think there was a thought about not having male voice. I think it's me echoing. I'll let Sal.
Go ahead, Sal. You go. We need to unmute Sal.
Okay, there we go. Okay.
Okay, that's better.
We thought about that, but it felt like it's a very strong from a personal point of view that she was going to. I mean, this is a song that really came out of real life stuff, and it just felt like it was a woman's survival lyric, and I thought that the vocal the male vocal would kind of diminish that. On some of the other tracks, we do have male vocal, but I felt this would definitely not.
She has a very Stevie Nicks low growl voice. And so you do double up on her vocals a lot on the back end of each line. And so I'm wondering what she's got is this low grovelly low vocal. And although Scott's saxophone is giving it some highlight, it needs some contrast because she's got that low voice. So that doesn't mean that she has to do it. You know, there's always Stevie Nicks and then there's always Christine McVie in the back. So, okay. So it really needs a high vocal, and that could be a male vocal because it doesn't change the perspective. She starts off every line the first half of the song. It's only the accent. So having a male push that contrast to get that storyline out and give it more emotion is not going to hurt it at all, in my opinion. But if you wanted to keep it that way, because when I heard the song and looked at the lyrics, I don't get that strong female perspective. I'm just getting a strong storyline, period, which is almost kind of what you want, unless it's purposely written for a female fight song or like that. You actually purposely want it to be not gender specific because it can land more placements, number one. But I definitely think if you want to keep it that way as being a songwriter, that's perfectly fine. It still needs that high Christine McVie or somebody else in the background to touch it. It reminds me a lot of, I want to say like, not like Little River Band, sort of that John Poco. It's got a lot of Poco in it as far as instrumentation, and almost everything in that genre has that contrast. And she's going to need that because of the range of her voice, unless she can hit falsetto and back herself up, because all she's doing is saying, I sing here at this level, and this is where I sing, and this is my range and key. And then she's singing on top of herself. So it's just double emphasizing that, and our ears are going right to that. Instead of hearing the high emotion and contrasting, and then let the instrumentation carry it through. Great musicians, by the way, great musicians.
thank you.
I heard the organ, everything like that. It was just, I think, the background that really just kind of caught me off guard, because it emphasized more of her range, which is low, which is uncommon for female, because they're usually a little bit more higher or a little bit falsetto. But if she keeps, but that doesn't mean she can't do it. I mean, look what Stevie Nicks did with her voice, right? Look at Lucinda Williams. She's very Lucinda Williams in that range, right? But with that type of adult contemporary song, it's got to have that contrast to build that emotion, because that's just pushing the second half, the exit of the line. Yeah.
Would you suggest having a female voice? Because in the context of the album, they're all survival songs from a woman's standpoint, woman's experience of going through a unhappy, relationship.
Right.
And in fact, this song was one of the ones that was picked. We're doing an event for Blue Shield, which deals with empowering women. And in the context of the song, I think if we're going to have a high voice, it would make more sense to have more female voices in the background.
Sure, as long as that contrast is there, for sure. You can even have, I mean, if you really want to stick it to them with the female thing, get two high vocals, or get an alto and a falsetto in there. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to go bold.
Right. That would be. That's a good.
But then I would slow it down someplace, and you need that strong punchline, like where everything's quiet, and then the rise. And here I am, or here I go, or I am me, or I am woman. That whole, everybody's gone, and you need that. And that double high contrast vocal is just going to push that fight all the way through. I remember interviewing Alanis Morissette and Glenn Ballard. He co-wrote that whole sensational album. And I remember that being an issue, to get her to say, you ought to know, and get her to reach to those levels to push that woman angst is what we call it, right? It's not teenage angst, it's the women angst out there. And he did a lot of work in production to get that push. And so the songwriting's there and the musicians are there. It's got to beat out all of those. And if you ever just watch these American Idols and stuff, where you see these young kids just blasting their vocals and just going at it, I mean, that is your competition in that range. That is your competition. So you got to be equal to or better than that. And I've got a lot of that stuff already in my library. So it'd have to be equal to or better than that. So it needs that push. So go with a high vocal, or I don't know if you can sing falsetto yourself. But I would definitely just get that, or get two women on top to push that vocal for you and give that contrast. And it also needs a spot. It needs that one spot where everybody goes to, where everybody knows they're going to come in and the fight song and the cheer song or whatever.
Well, there is a bridge which has a contrast to it, that has a lift. That has a lift that comes. But
it's probably there, and it's probably perfect. It's just we're short on time for here.
No, I understand.
So it's probably already there.
Yeah, there's a whole another significant bridge.
In fact, I'm sure it is, because based on the caliber of musicianship, I'm sure it's all there. It's got all the right ingredients. Because I didn't have any issues with production at all. It was just the vocal, and it needed more contrast for me to push it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome. Good job.
Thank you, Laurel.
Thanks, Laurel. Good writing.
All right, great job, guys. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Joanne. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Hope you guys contact me. I'd love to hear this whole woman album. I do get a lot of requests for stuff like that. They always send me those fight songs. That fight song, and they always send me that and go, we need something like this. I was like, okay. So yeah, I'm always interested in having that stuff. And even if stuff doesn't make it to my library, I still keep it on file, because I don't know what I'm going to get, what I'm going to be asked for. So.
Okay, we'll send that to you. Send you the album.
Okay, cool.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, one note, guys, if you're not wearing headphones, make sure you lower your levels a bit so we don't get that echo, and or mute yourself, whenever you're not speaking, because we are getting a little bit of an echo thing going on here. That's why you see some of the people here wearing headphones. And for me, I've got my levels down pretty low. So anyway, next up we got Brent Hahn. So Brent, let's go ahead and get Brent unmuted.
We're all on West Coast now, right, Jimmy?
Now we're on the West Coast. Yeah, the East Coast guys, there's still two more that haven't showed up yet.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know why. So but anyway, we got Brent now.
Okay, I can't see the full lyrics, but hopefully, Brent, there's going to be a phone number and a PRO added to that lyric sheet.
Noted.
Can you blow up that turn that into a one page for a second, Stephen? So I can see the whole lyrics from top to bottom.
Yeah.
Sorry, Stephen, I'm so bossy. Okay. And then just pull it all the way down. Okay. Okay. I had to plug in my laptop there. I've been getting a message every now and then that tells me my internet is kind of weak. So if for some reason I go blank, I will come back. I'll just use my brand new iPhone 13, my first Apple product, and I'll log in that way. It's much more dependable. Okay. Okay, Stephen. And pull the lyrics up to the top. I need to see the first top two. Okay, that's good. Okay, so Brent. Oh, you're bound with the bow. Okay, Brent. Which is the verse and which is the chorus?
It's the kind of chorus that starts at the beginning.
Okay, so it starts with the chorus.
It doesn't really have a verse. It's kind of got a chorus, and then it's got a bridge, and then it goes back to the chorus, and it doesn't really have a verse.
Okay. So with that song structure, what genre do you think it is?
I'd call it indie pop with a little bit islandy.
Okay, so that is not a shopping category for music. We have to put it in a shopping category. So you did say pop.
Well, let me interrupt. This is my first time encountering this in you. And one of the things I'm doing is I'm learning what makes sense to bring to something like this. And
so this is perfect.
I understand. Okay.
Right. So this is perfect. So what we want to do is, this is going to be a lesson for everybody, especially the beginnings out there. There is formulas and there is song structures that coincide with a specific genre. For example, if you're going to do a blues, it's going to be 8 bars, right? And then the third line changes and it's a certain format if it's going to be blues, pretty much. I mean, then there's rootsy blues, but just for basic and medium songwriting. So anytime you're going to write you're going to write a song and it's going to be in a certain genre, it has to be marketable. It has to have certain structure. So when you continue to write songs, the first thing you have to do is pay attention to the structure. Because can you start a song with the chorus?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I shot the sheriff, but I did not shoot the deputy. Okay, that's a chorus. Starts off, no problem. It can be done. But
Mhm.
how many of us have seen the chorus that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines that starts off at the top? Now, I don't think commercially I've ever seen that. But if you were to split it up and make the chorus shorter and start with the chorus, then you could be an indie or pop. Otherwise, it's just, it doesn't have song structure. And without the song structure, it could be hard to sync if we don't know where we're at in the song. So bring those lyrics back up if you could, Stephen. So first of all, if I was going to sell this song, I would definitely go rock for sure. And you know who I hear singing this song? And I've actually worked with him 3 times in my career, is this guy right here. Can you guys see that up there?
I don't.
Okay, so that's a photo with me and Joe Walsh. And it has a very Joe Walsh feel to me. If you listen to Life's Been Good and some of his other stuff, it's got a very sort of a rocky, like a let loose kind of a rock song that I could just totally hear him or somebody like him doing. But the song structure would just have to be verified and put in the right places, because with the rock song, we're going to need that hook and we don't know where it is. So there are some lines in there. I would just put, but there have been some times when I have loved you more. Boom, that's your verse right there. Now you have a verse, a chorus, another verse, stick that in there again as a chorus, because we need to hear the chorus in rock and pop. It's all about the chorus, because that's the part of the song that we remember. That's the part of the song that sells. That's the part that makes it marketable. So if I do the old John Lennon and Yoko Ono, who both have records, both have money, both are songwriters, both have publishing companies. These are 2 songwriters. John thinks that Yoko's the best songwriter. Yoko thinks John's the best songwriter. You and I cannot argue with either one of them because it's just art. But we can't argue that between those 2, without naming which one of those has more ingredients that's going to stick to our brain, and more lines like memorable choruses and memorable melodies that's going to stick. So on the marketability level, if you want to cash in on the song and get it to stick to our brains, you do need a chorus. But yes, it can start as a chorus. It doesn't have to start with a verse, but it needs to be shorter, and it needs to be in the range of pop if you're going to go that route. So all I would do is, you have all the ingredients there. You've got enough for your verses. You've got a brilliant chorus, which is just simple, just some quality production and studio time. And it's a really good song to put out there as a pitch, for sure. I don't know if you could hear me on that. Anybody hear me on that?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Sure.
But I mean, it is very along the lines for me of a Joe Walsh kind of person to do. Yeah. And he made a lot of hits with songs like that.
Okay. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks.
Thank
Great
you
job,
for sending
Brent.
that. Yeah. If that's your first time around, that's freaking amazing. That's why you guys are in front of me and I'm not, because I can't even write or do a melody. So I can just hear them.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Next up, we got one of our regulars here, Lindy Rasmussen. Lindy, you want to unmute and
Where's
talk
Lindy?
about that real quick?
He was here earlier?
Yeah, he's here.
Okay.
Okay, I'm in. Sorry.
He's in. There he is. Where's home for you? You're in LA somewhere, aren't you?
Well, North Hollywood, but I'm in Arizona right now at 7,200 feet.
Yay.
Shoveling snow at my girlfriend's house, Cara.
Where at? What near town are you near?
Pine Top, Sholo, northeast, 3 hours northeast of Phoenix.
North. I've been to Picking in the Pines, Flagstaff.
Yeah, this is 2 hours from Flagstaff. 2 hours southeast of Flagstaff.
Okay. Is that like?
But it's like Flagstaff, up in the Pines.
Like a Winslow or something?
Much further.
Strawberry.
Yeah.
I just love anywhere in the mountains in Arizona.
Oh, it's
did
gorgeous.
I did my first picking in the pines this year.
Really.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
we had 2 feet of snow for Christmas. It was great.
Wow.
A lot of
So what am I
shoveling.
going to get?
Country,
Yay, I
country
hear country.
Americana.
For those of you who don't know, I do manage an American Idol pop artist, and I have 1, 2, 3 bluegrass bands, bluegrass, newgrass, whatever. And then I'm managing Matt Axton, the son of Hoyt Axton. We're working on a Hoyt Axton tribute album and a Hoyt Axton documentary right now.
Wow.
So I do some country stuff too. And country is always a big request for sync as well. And they're really good because they'll send we want something that sounds like this, and that's easy to go find because they send 2 or 3 examples. So let's see what we got.
Okay.
I kinda feel like any road with you. It's gonna be fun going through. There's a road for a dusty rambler with tires worn to the rim. And there's a home for a weary traveler who doesn't know where he's been. You lead and I'll follow, taking turns at the wheel. I've gassed up my red Bronco and we'll take it slow. It's not such a big gamble. We're in 4-wheel low. We're good to go. We'll go where the highway takes us. I bet this Bronco.
Okay, Stephen. Good. Well, good job, Lindy. Okay. I freaking love this song. I love these lyrics. Love these lyrics. Very country Americana. Very country Americana. So that's the great part because I can't write stuff and I'm hearing your melodies. Vocally, we have some issues here because this song is going to require some push. And you're not singing from your stomach. You're very singing from your nose on almost all of this. And you end with, we'll gamble low, go. On all your end lines, you do that. That's a stop. You want to push. Taking turns at the wheel, like you got to, and not on all the ends of those. So that's going to require a different vocalist that can blow it out or some singing lessons because you've got the right voice for it. But it's not coming from, it's coming from the notes, not coming from the stomach, and it's not coming from the push. And I would need edits on the lyrics as to how to do the phrasing. It's got to be phrasing. Stories there, great stories there. The hook. I mean, I feel like a song like this could be like as big of a hit as like, Amy, what you want to do, with that whole breathy, and then the chorus comes in and everybody sings that part. Like, this is a great pitch song for a Nashville singer-songwriter, a great pitch song for a Nashville singer-songwriter. It might even be easier and quicker and faster if he just got somebody in there to come and sing it and deliver the phrasing with a producer, myself, somebody else, somebody in Arizona, whatever, that produces that type of track, and send them like 3 different YouTube videos. But if you get the right producer to get the phrasing correctly, the story's there, the chorus is there, the melodic hook is there, the lyrical hook is there, the tempo is right for a hit song, period.
Okay.
So
Cool.
It's up to you to where you want to take it. But you've done the hardest thing, which is write the song. Right? But to get this thing produced and stuff, it's got it's got one of those, like that other song I heard earlier. I think it was Sal, the one that you two did. It has a timeless, it has a home in that it's timeless. It doesn't have to be a certain year. It's just a good song is a good song and it's going to last forever. I always get excited when I hear that song Amy on the radio. Always, or a song by
Right.
Poco or somebody like that. I'm like, oh, I love that. Why didn't I write it? Just timeless. So don't let that song sit. That's all I can say, Lindy. It's got to
Okay.
go somewhere or be dealt with. And that one really got me excited.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
yay. Great job.
Thank-
Thank you.
thanks,
You have
Joanne.
more songs that you've written like that?
Oh, lots.
Probably a whole bunch, really?
Lots.
Yeah.
That one, oddly enough, I wrote last year
Uh-huh.
with my girlfriend in mind. She wanted the next verse talks about going to Mount Rushmore. Well, this year I played country music for 40 years.
Right.
Went everywhere in the country.
That's why it's such a great song. It's all there. It just needs the proper production. And
But
the
this-
vocals, the vocals need to be delivered correctly to push the song because
I hear
the
ya.
gold is in there. It just needs polished.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, great job. Yeah, what we're doing, by the way, is I'm pulling as you guys came on to the Zoom chat or the Zoom call here. That's why the order is a little bit random, but
Okay.
since you guys were here. So Marilee, you were here next, so let's get Marilee up. Marilee Weber.
Marilee, where's home for you or where are you at?
In Sausalito.
Oh, okay, California. Okay. Central
California.
Cali.
Yeah.
Woo! I'm going to Bakersfield this weekend.
There's the
Great-
title.
Yeah, great state. I know. I'm part of the California Bluegrass Association. I'm also the director of Huck Finn Jubilee, which is a big bluegrass Americana festival. And it's because I manage a lot of bands and I throw a lot of events like that. I also do Beatles Tribute Festival too, so I'm not one specific genre. But the genre I work in the most is probably roots and Americana. Like I said, I do have American Idol pop artists that I also manage from Vegas. So there's, I'm all over as far as managing the artist's career and handling all the paperwork and stuff. But my passion lately has been the Americana and the bluegrass because I'm managing Mad Accent. I'm managing 3 bluegrass bands that are young and just amazing. And so that being said, this weekend is California Bluegrass Association Great 48, which they take over a whole hotel in Bakersfield and they jam for 48 hours. That's why it's called Great 48. Nobody sleeps. They just jam. And almost the whole hotel is just nothing but jammers and pickers and singers and songwriters and acoustics. So that's what I meant when I said great. I'm going to Bakersfield this weekend, but that is a great song. That is a great song. Okay.
Yes.
So what am I going to hear from you?
You're going to hear kind of a singer-songwriter inspirational.
Oh, I like that.
Folky kind of, yeah.
That's my genre.
Cool.
I like the opening line. I followed a stream. I'm a fisherwoman. Okay.
I followed a stream down to the river. I followed the river down to the sea. Stood on the shore, saw forever. I felt a power calling me. Hoist the anchor, for the winds are with us today. Spread the canvas, we'll be on our way. There's no turning back. Set a course for the trains. We'll sail today. I followed a stream down to the river. I followed the river down to the sea. Stood on the shore, saw
Okay.
I felt
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yes, it's exactly what you said, inspirational and singer-songwriter. I love this song, and it is very inspirational. Um, the lyrics again, Stephen, sorry. So the only thing I would change is, let me see those lyrics real quick. The strongest thing is your chorus, and you start with it. I followed a stream down to the river. You start with the chorus. On this particular song, switch it. Start with the verse, horse the anchor, because there's a rise and I'm waiting for the chorus to kick in. Then I realized that that was the chorus in the beginning. And so I would definitely flip it. The keyboard that you're using, it sounds outdated. The background singers, however, sounds pretty good. I can hear the rise and everything. I would not use a keyboard on this song. I would play exactly what you're playing on the keyboard, but I would use an acoustic guitar. It's going to bring it more to life, especially with your pretty vocals. Because I don't think the piano is doing it justice. The pianos are very, it's a great tool to write songs. That's my first go-to instrument is piano before guitar. But for this song, I'd love to hear it with acoustic guitar to replace the piano, and then have I Follow the Stream Down to the River. I Follow the Stream. It's just a really good song, and it really reminds me. And if I was a producer on the song, I would take it like modern, but I would take it with envisioning the sound of like a Linda Ronstadt song, with that kind of background and that kind of instrumentation. I mean, and have it that way. Your voice, is that your voice? I'm assuming that's your voice. It's a great vocal. It's a great vocal. You probably sung some Linda Ronstadt songs in your lifetime, I would imagine.
Yes.
Yeah. So, or somebody like that. I'm sure you have a hero like that, but that song is really great. I think the piano's not doing it justice because it takes it a little bit more to church, and I want it to go more radio friendly and people to be able to sing like that. And with piano, it makes it kind of sort of stiff and mechanical. Whereas when you play the guitar, it resonates more, and it's gonna give it more forward motion instead of this. Plus the piano used, I don't know what it was, like some sort of electric piano that wasn't like a hybrid, you know. That sounded like a grand or whatever. Am I right on that instrumentation? Or
I don't, it's old. It's old recording. I don't recall.
Yeah. I would definitely just strip that out or just redo it with guitar. And I would probably have guitar and mandolin, or a guitar and fiddle, or a guitar and dobro, any one of those choices with your vocal and that vocal line, and use that first phrase as your chorus. Maybe even shorten up your verse. That second phrase I'm going to call your verse. It kind of goes a little weird place, so I would need more time to just tweak that a little bit and make it more lead up to the chorus. And then the first line is your chorus, is a solid chorus. It's such it almost reminds me of like a Crosby, Stills and Nash chorus, you know, like Southern Cross. So it's got that vibe to it. I love it. I just need things that needs to be brought up to 2022 you know, produced in a 2022, and just let it go into the roots category and the Americana category, and then maybe do another version with the new layout, with the new song format that I gave you with the piano, and we could release that instrumental on a lot of gospel channels and things like that. Have two different versions of it, one very gospel-y and the other very Americana singer-songwriter, like that. I think it's fabulous.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, that chorus is a solid chorus. I'd build around that chorus. Solid chorus. Yeah, I think we can all identify that, right? From a stream to a river, right? It's happened to all of us at one time or another. And it's very friendly for film and TV as well. All around, I could say making money in multiple avenues, for sure.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. I appreciate it.
No, it's a beautiful song. I mean, I heard that. I heard that in a Hallmark right away. I mean,
yeah. Oh yeah. I did a bunch of Hallmark stuff for Christmas last January.
So that's
Yeah.
a good one.
Mm.
Thank you very much, Marilee. Okay, I think that's John Bernard behind you there. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and put John up next. Go ahead, John.
Okay.
As he takes the hot seat.
I know. Was he typing? This lady's crazy. What is she saying?
All right. Hi, John.
Hey, John. It says your name is Marilee, but we'll let it go.
Okay,
That's
now I'm
unmuted.
unmuted. Hi, how you
There
doing?
you go. Okay. Okay. So, what you got for us?
This is a Sinatra Rat Pack type song.
Oh, yay. That was my favorite Christmas channel this year. So my ears are ready to hear it. Let's run with it.
What a shame, quel dommage, je ne sais pas explain. C'est la pluie, it's the rain. What a shame, what must I do? Que dois-je faire? La retrouver telle qu'elle était. What a shame, elle est partie d'où ma chanson, elle est partie, reviendra-t-elle? Will she ever tell me never? It's the rain, what a shame. Reviendra-t-elle? Jamais sans elle. If she's gone, well, she's gone. What a shame. La pluie s'efface quand le soleil paraît. Un arc-en-ciel pour elle et moi. What a shame. Quel dommage. Je ne sais pas. What a shame.
Okay. Beautiful. Very beautiful.
Merci.
I love it. It's very a lullaby, very melancholy. So I get these every now and then. Jimmy, you'll probably agree with me. And I'm going to say this like I always say. I like it better when you do it in your native language. The whole thing. The whole thing. I can hear the enunciation in English, which doesn't quite translate as when you do it in French, I'm assuming, right? So I like the whole song in French. Even if I don't understand it, I'm going to love it much more than to try to connect with it on the half English, half French. It's a beautiful song. I would, however, change one instrument, and that's the bells, like the timbre bells in the beginning. It's very lullaby children, but then I thought, oh, this could be a cute lullaby song. I've done CDs for Infamil. You know, you buy X amount of baby bottles and you get a free CD. So I've been all into that world. But then you don't want to look at your baby and sing "What a Shame." So that wouldn't work, right? So
It depends on what the baby looks like.
right, depends what the baby looks like. But I'm just saying, on a marketing standpoint, that might not be a great idea. Take out the bells. You did something that I hadn't heard in the beginning. I think it was when you got to the bridge, you used like the French horn. And I like that because it's more French, you know, if you use the French horn or something like that. But just pull the bells because that makes it too lullaby and too babyish. And it's a more serious song like that. So use a more serious instrument, a fiddle, even an accordion, because the melody's fine in the beginning and as an opener. So I really like that. Even not the accordion, but what's the other one? The concertina. There you go. Concertina, something of that. And I would just stick with the French version and do that. I would love it that way. If you ever watch shows like, because to the top two, or at least in my world, music supervisors, the ones that to me would be my mentors or that I watch as far as the best of the best in music supervision for sync is definitely Bear McCreary and Thomas Golitep. I can never say his last name properly. Sorry, Thomas. But one does Breaking Bad, and the other one does Better Call Saul, and one does FIFA, which is like the #1 soundtrack in video games, and the other one does Walking Dead. And so they're just the kings of syncing music to film and TV. And if you watch Better Call Saul, they'll use stuff that's like not even in English, but like an angry Japanese song just to put in a scene between a fight between the lawyer and his girlfriend, right? And it's just like this angry punk rock female Japanese song. And so don't be afraid to be in a foreign language as if you're not going to get placed. In fact, if you use your native language and a song like that, I have less of those in my library to pull from, which means the competition is even less. You can still do the alternate. You can still give me 3 versions, the English version, the 50-50 version, but always do the native version, because I hear the enunciation is slightly incorrect on the English words, right? So that could hold back from a placement, you know? It's like me hearing guacamole instead of guacamole. You know what I'm saying? It's the difference. So, which is why I don't sing or speak Spanish. I don't even say it correctly. But anyways, that's all the difference in the world. So I can hear it. And I figured if I can hear it, I'm telling you what other people in the decision-making room were probably going to hear just as well. So by all means, do all 3 versions. Switch that out, because it can't. It's. I don't want it to sound too much like a lullaby, because that will pigeonhole that song into a lullaby. Other than that, the rest is great. Songwriting is great. Storyline is great. Music is great. Love the French horn. Love the strings. They didn't sound as dated as they sounded more like a more updated synthesizer or plugin than what the song was before you. Where did this music come from? Is it plugins through software, or was it?
It was done at Barry Keenan's studio. He's an engineer producer in town.
Okay, yeah.
And
so he probably used some high-end newer plugins than the song that I heard before, for
he's
sure.
pretty good. He's got all the latest devices.
Yeah, but he probably doesn't music supervise or play songs and never thought that that high timbre bells would be associated with lullaby. And I'm sure he can swap it out for something real easy, because the rest is ready to go out the gate. Yeah, for sure.
Great, thanks.
It's so funny, because that song might be great as is for song or radio, but for sync, it doesn't translate the same way, right? Okay. So there's different answers. There's different answers for different uses.
Yeah. One of the questions that I had was that, at least here in LA, and also I think in Miami, Spanglish is something that happens quite a bit. So you do get like that cross between Spanish and English on a lot of songs, and a lot of the dance artists actually made a big hit with that. Ricky Martin, "Living La Vida Loca."
Pop, you can get away with it in pop. Yeah, you can get away with pop, and you can also get away with that in hip hop as well. I mean, we have a lot of, let's just say, a lot of hip hop artists who didn't necessarily grow up on the streets or in the hood, but nevertheless are selling it that way. And I'll just leave it at that. Right.
Yeah. Using words like drip, it's like, what's drip?
Boy. If I say boy, why? Are you gonna buy into it?
Yeah. Okay. And then the other thing too, I was thinking for that particular song, John, if you know anybody in Canada, because of course the people that are in Quebec are totally all about the French English hybrid thing. So
that's true. So I was thinking if they did something on Notre Dame, if I made it the bells actually from Notre Dame.
There you go.
Yeah, that would be a cool way to do it.
Right. But then, again, Notre Dame, I would not use the word shame. No, it's the shame. It's the two that,
But it's what a shame with the fire. You go, but you're good point.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much, John. Appreciate that. Yeah, that was great. Yeah. Okay, next up, we got Roland Vega, iPad 3 on her thing here.
Okay. I just got to say, the range of songs we're getting tonight are fabulous. They're across the board. And I love that. I'm not getting the same genre. And that's amazing. Thank you guys for sharing your songs with me. I hear some gold.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can you hear me?
Yes, iPad 3.
Okay, wonderful.
Hashtag rolling. Okay.
There you go. So let me just
Nancy.
a little story. This song has two versions. It's got like a blues version, but then it's got like a house trance kind of version. So I'm afraid I might have sent you the lyrics to the first version, and I gave you the song to the second version. But the lyrics
Okay,
are
I can work with or without lyrics.
So it's this is called "Who Are You?" It's a song about jealousy, pretty much.
Ooh. Now, is this going to be the house trance version or?
Yes.
Okay.
If my memory serves me right.
All right. By the way, Stephen, thank you for engineering all of this.
Yes.
I think when we did this last time, it was a little messy. Let me see here. Roland Vega. Lots of nice dynamics up front.
Who are you talking to when you're calling out my name? Who are you thinking of when you're laying next to me? Who are you feeling on when your hands upon my chest? And who are you loving when you're looking to your left? Who are you waiting for when you're sitting by yourself? And who are you tasting when my lips are by themselves? Who are you looking at when you look into my eyes? What are you thinking? Do you think it's just a lie? I don't wanna be left behind, thinking to myself I'm not the one. I can start to see that there are signs. Who will you be with when I'm not around? What are you thinking? What are you feeling? Who are you touching? Who are you loving? Who are you?
Okay. Okay, good. Awesome. So I really like this song on almost every section, but when you get to sort of the faster part, maybe after the third paragraph, I think the lyrics are not matching up with the version I heard. Okay, that's what it was. So like the first two paragraphs, you get through all that is perfect for film and TV. If you guys ever saw, well, you know, Sopranos, any detective, any CSI, anything like that, because it's got haunting, a lot of space in between. So it's very drama, it's very cinematic. It just works for all of those things. And there's enough pieces in there to just extract and place it that way. But of course, we always have to submit a whole song. And there's when it got to about 2/3 of the way in, it kind of went sideways for me, not on the vocal delivery and not on the lyrics, but on the music. I felt like I was waiting for a drop or more jungle or more trance or a stronger beat. I didn't feel that what the instrumentation that was there was wrong, I just felt like we needed more filler or more bounce added into that section. I was about to say, oh, if it had some little bit of white noise or something in here, or a lift, an electronic lift, a drop, and then the vocal come in, it would be perfect. And you almost had it. But I'm a little bit of, I guess, an EDM snob when it comes to those particular sections. My son writes EDM music with his eyes closed. He did the Power Rangers. He's got a dance EDM track with Snoop Dogg and D-Cat, and he's like an Ableton guy. So I hear a lot of that coming out of the back of the house or in the car or whatever. And I just think that there's some electronic music tweak in that section to push that hump. But I love this song, and I would love to get my hands on it, even if it was just the sections that I liked, because there's plenty in there for drama. I didn't hear anything in there today other than this song that works really good. And there's a lot of detective shows out there, a lot of them. You know, the 911, if you're still in Chicago, all of those cops and robbers shows that you see on primetime TV, that's just really good for any scene like that, for sure. Good job. I hope you hit me up, because that's really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, very modern, very 2022. And we get a lot of requests for that kind of stuff.
I write in a lot of styles. I do a lot of children's songs.
Okay. That's good. Are you getting hits in children's songs? Because that is the biggest niche that makes the most money, because nobody else is doing it. The competition is small, and there are more and more children's programming with all these new channels.
I haven't really started putting it out there yet, because I just don't know the avenue for that. I'm an illustrator by children's book.
I'll tell you what, I want to write a children's book. You can illustrate it, and I will teach you how to pitch to children's music and where.
You got it.
Okay, hit me up.
I will.
Great song. It reminded me of church, by the way. You know that song, Take Me to Church? Yeah.
Yeah, Ron's also a phenomenal graphic artist too. He's just released a series of the Zodiac signs. It's beautiful. So look him up, Roland Vega. And
Okay, Roland.
Yeah.
Send me
and
your
then-
link. Send me an email. Send me your link. musicbizgal@yahoo.com.
I will do that.
All right. Thank you, man. That was great.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Okay. Next up, we got Dan Marcus. Dan Marcus, I don't think I've met you yet, but welcome. And we're
Welcome,
glad to see
Daniel.
you here.
Unmuted. Hold on.
There we go.
Hi, Joanne. Nice to meet you.
Hi. Did you learn anything
Hi,
tonight?
Jimmy. Yeah, I'm enjoying this very much.
Good. Sometimes it's, even if you don't submit music, just to sit and watch my comments on how things work behind the scenes. You know, the conversations we have
Absolutely.
when you leave the room
Absolutely.
is really helpful to you guys, because these are all real conversations I've had throughout the years with the buyers. And again, I'm working with a lot of buyers that don't even know how to ask for what they want. You know, some of them aren't even musicians and stuff. So we have to translate with what they want and give them what, you know, they may say country, but they really want roots.
Right.
You know, they say we want country, but with a dobro. It's like, okay, so you really want roots music,
Mhm.
right? Anyways, so what do we got cooking today?
I would say this is a rootsy folk song that's kind of blues adjacent.
Okay, good, because those go together. Roots and Americana go together. So that's good. Okay, let her rip.
I don't know exactly what's going on with you and me. Everything is so confusing, it's getting hard to see. You say you will and you say you won't. You say you do and you say you don't. Come on, babe, now we're down to the wire. There's just too much smoke and not enough fire.
Oh, I love it.
Not enough fire. You say you don't know what I want. but darling, I'm sure you do. Save the tea and save the coffee, 'cause all I want is you. You say you're fast and you say you're slow. You say to stop and you say to go. Come on, babe, now we're down to the wire. There's just too much smoke and not enough fire. Too much smoke, not enough fire.
Stop. Stop, stop, stop. Too much smoke and not enough fire. Did you hear that? Because that's a great line. It's too much smoke and not enough fire. That closes it and seals the D instead of her staying stagnant. That's the only phrase I would have just changed it. A couple other places. Words are perfect. I wish I was in the studio when it was recorded. I would have caught a couple of things like that would have made it close-ended. Instead of saying too much smoke, not enough fire. But if I say too much smoke and not enough fire, it just closes that sentence. Also, you have a space in between, a measure in between, add a second one. Let the instruments, the fiddle, the instrumentation is perfect. Give it another spin in between before you start the next line, which is you say you don't know what I want. Let the song breathe a little bit and let us catch up, because that too much smoke and not enough fire, a stray cat strums and a right? It's got that whole sort of stray cat kind of a swingy vibe to it. I love this. I love it. It might be a little bit too much wordy. I kind of have to go. It's hard to do this in such tiny little increments and pieces of songs and hearing the whole thing. But I really, really like this. It is definitely Americana of roots. It's kind of right up my alley. And I haven't mentioned this before because I hadn't really heard anything of this type. But I'll say it right now. So I do manage some roots and Americana bands, big world touring. Okay. We found out that in Los Angeles, like in Nashville is Nashville, right? Singers, songwriters, Americana, bluegrass, Grand Ole Opry. Here in LA, where there's like 50 million people more than Nashville, right? We have a bigger presence of musicians here, but they are completely disconnected because there's too many of us to find each other, or at least like-minded fans of the genre. So me and Kenny, who's the lead singer of Water Tower band that I manage, we figured out that everybody, I knew half of the town and he knew half of the town. And because I am the director of Huck Finn Jubilee, which is all the big, the Sam Bush and the Del McCurrys and all of that whole world, we meshed it together and we decided we needed a hub from Los Angeles beyond. And we started allgrassmusic.com. So if you're into acoustic music, if you're into Sam Bush, if you're into Billy Strings, if you're into Grateful Grass, which is Grateful Dead, done grassy style, anything that's grass or acoustic or upright or fiddle, which is your song, check out, because I don't want to just be a plug for myself, but in that particular genre, if you like it, if you want to see it, if you want to connect with more musicians of like mind, genre, check out allgrassmusic.com. I list all the bands. If you want to hire a band like that, anything like that, we write articles and we talk about all of the events and the jam sessions in the park and the different levels to sit in and learn the things. One thing about acoustic music is you don't need to plug in, you don't need to carry your amp. And they're beginner, intermediate, and a lot of the festivals will have bluegrass sessions, but like we just did South State 48, which is another one of those, we take over the hotel and we play for 48 hours, jam. During that, there was lessons, beginner, intermediate, but we had swing classes and gypsy jazz. So it goes outside of that genre. You could even do blues and play your instrument and meet like-minded people and do songwriting. So I just wanted to throw allgrassmusic.com out there because it is a thing and it is local and beyond. I do a lot of house concerts. Allgrass Music sponsors house concerts as well. And we're going to be getting a lot more involved in more of the acoustic stuff. So know that they're there. I like that. Oh, it's just a couple little studio tweaks I would have done, probably to take it in, I think,
Okay,
to make
thank you.
that work for me. Like I said, it's just that little change of going to studio and rephasing a couple of different parts to close end it, and then adding the more instrumentation that would make it equal to or better than what I already have in my libraries.
Joanne,
totally findable.
can I ask you quickly, are you suggesting adding more space between each line or
No,
between
between the verse and the chorus sections.
between the verse and the chorus section? More instrument.
Yes.
Okay. Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yes. And I'd have to go back and rework the song, which I just can't do on this format. But on a one-on-one, if I really spent time, I'd actually mark it all up.
Oh, okay.
Have all the changes and all that stuff for what I would do, and that.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That'll be great.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thank you.
60 for 60. There you go.
All right.
You got it.
Okay.
Yeah, well, we're having fun here tonight. Okay, next we got Tom Bichelle. Tom's a regular here.
Oh my God, you're so patient. I know this is going to be good. He's never lets me down.
All right.
I don't even know why he's here. Tom, you're so good at what you do. I think Tom, besides being songwriting, is an audio engineer and everything. So, where did he go?
I just wanted to see your smiling faces.
Oh my God. You keep looking younger every time I see you. Maybe it's just your hair's gotten longer.
Maybe it's the filter.
How are you? Healthy? You're healthy, happy, everything's good?
I'm recovering from COVID actually, but other than that, I'm fine. I'm very grateful for the
Now
vaccine.
you have synced some work before, right? You've done this kind of stuff before. You've been around the block. There's a great engineer,
Been
you
around.
guys. I think all of those things that I was commenting on as far as production wise are things you can do, right, Tom?
For the most part, I really
For the
prefer.
most part.
I prefer.
Huh?
I prefer singing.
Singing. Okay.
That's my
Let's see what we
favorite.
get here. Let's see here. I prefer syncing. How's that?
Singing, yeah.
Yeah.
Both.
It's weird because when I sync deals, like I have, how do I say this? I have 3 songwriters in that movie Freaky Friday, which is a Disney movie with I think Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan, but I have 6 songs in it.
Nice.
And I'm not a songwriter. Okay. So how does that happen? Okay. Well, I get my portion of the upfront and the back end, which is a whole nother class on the
Magic.
publishing, but it's the straight up standard 50-50 deal. Okay. But one artist, she's got a section of her song on it. And then the other artist has a section of song. And the third artist, they took her song, but they use it in 3 different parts of the movie in the
Wow.
background because the
That's great.
scene went back. So I have 6 hits and one artist got, like 1 and then the other one got 3. So I have 6 I'm collecting. And then that movie was bringing me royalties for a while and then it fizzled out.
Wow.
And then all of a sudden it started blowing up again. I thought, what in the world is going on? I mean, hasn't everybody in the world seen that movie 3 times? You know what it was? Disney Channel came out.
Disney Plus. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And I was like, oh, thank you, Disney. And so a lot of
Nice.
that happens. So
Congrats.
syncs are the gift
Congratulations.
that, right. Syncs are the gift that keeps on giving. So, and also I had about 6 Latin tracks from a friend of mine, Juan Carlos, and that got played on Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, which is now like always on air 24/7 on one of those Pluto channels or whatever. And that episode probably comes on once every 3 days in like 50 different countries. So
fantastic.
you never know. One good sync deal. I mean, Tom, don't you wish that we wrote the song for Friends by the Replacements? I'll be there for you.
Which they didn't write. They only, they
Oh my
covered that
God,
song.
we would be on an island. We would be
It's
on an
a
island.
Yeah, sitcom theme song. That's the
Yeah.
Holy Grail.
Yeah, that's a holy grail. So what are you delivering today? Singing, I imagine.
I'm singing a song. I'm proud of this particular song, and one of my co-writers is Alan Rich, who has got all sorts of awards. But I really appreciate your time with this, Joanne, and of course
Good.
Stephen and Jimmy too. So
Good. I'm intimidated because I know what a good songwriter you are and all of the partners that you pick.
wow, thank you.
All right.
And I thought I'd go for a genre that's not that popular or competitive. I went with pop ballad on this one.
Like what?
Pop ballad.
Pop ballad?
Yeah.
I didn't hear the last word. Okay, pop ballad. Well, I'm glad you didn't say Tuvian throat singing Native American children's music.
Right. But that's somewhere down the line. I think I got that in me.
Okay, let's
Don't
see what we
discriminate.
got.
I thought the beginning of this is a singing bowl.
Okay, we got to turn off all the mics because I'm getting echo.
You've got a diamond on your hand, and I wear a wedding band. Neither one of us is free. Everything we used to be is history. So please don't say it. Don't say the words that I so long to hear. Please don't say it. Those words were meant for someone else's ears. Don't look at me with those eyes. That same look that used to mesmerize me. You know I always loved your lips, and it's making me want to kiss you. But we can't do this, please. Don't say it, don't say the words that I so long to hear. Please don't say it, those words were meant for someone else's ears.
Okay, take it off. My heart can't take it anymore. Ah. Oh my God. I don't think I've ever heard you sing before. That's amazing.
Thanks.
Okay,
I've shared some songs with you that I sang, yeah, in the past.
Maybe a couple years ago, right? But I don't think I got them. I think you were still working on them or mixing them or something. It's been a few years. This is great. Like,
Thank you.
I have nothing to say. Just yay. Okay, so first of all, the emotion is there. It's ripping my heart apart. Don't say it. It's so not what I'm used to getting. Everything I get is about love, right? And
Yeah,
about all the
this is-
good stuff. And so this is gut wrenching. This is across the board, Tom. This is Hallmark. This is motion picture. This is any rom-com. This is like Spotify. This is like a favorites, a playlist song. This is the music is supporting the vocals. The vocals are right for the music. It's adult contemporary. It's indie. It's breathe. It has forward motion. It's a 10 out of 10. I don't know what to say. What are you doing with it?
I have actually released it already. It's out there, iTunes, Amazon, Spotify. There's actually a duet version. I brought in a female singer, so we were singing to each other basically.
Have you
slightly changed?
Have you dived deep into the world of like fan finder videos and stuff like that, and on the marketing side? Does that ring a bell?
No, I'd love to hear more about that.
Okay, so that would probably go viral with what we call a fan finder video, which is it's an intense progression of a release, but the results are millions of hits usually. Like I've got 3 of my artists that are midway through theirs, and it's phenomenal if you could do the fan finder thing. And also, that's a great song. I'm still like crying over it. Okay, so the fan finder thing would be really, really good. And do you have a .com that's got like just all this sort of genre or songs on there, or songs that are similar on there?
On my website, yeah, and
But is it just
my
that, or
Spotify
is it what's your
profile.
website? Is it like
It's my name. It's
Okay, good.
TomMichelle.com.
Okay, good.
But I've
So,
done some lyric videos and stuff like that too. But
okay,
I'll check out
so
the
you
fan
have the content. You just the fan finder is what you need to take it to the next level to find who your fans are. I'm going to recommend that because this is ready. This is ready to go. This is ready to go, and it needs to get pitched. I'll pitch it myself. Just send it to me. I'll pitch it. If I can land it, I'll just put you in contact, or we'll figure it out. But that's a great
Okay.
song, and
Thank you.
anything similar to that. Also, there's on your .com. Do you have a pixel, what's called a pixel encoded into your .com?
I don't.
Okay, so pixels. Okay, so everybody out there, if you have a .com and you want to be legit, and this is only for those of you whose songs are broadcast quality and ready to go out the door. If you needed fixes on your songs, it's probably not going to work for you. But for a finished song that, okay, where do I go? I'm here now. How do I get it to the right people? You want to get what's called a pixel. You're going to go on look up on Facebook, go on your Facebook page. As soon as your Facebook page matches your .com, go on your Facebook page and say, how do I get a pixel? Follow the instructions. It's a little technical, and get that pixel and have it posted onto your website. It's like a behind the scenes tracker as who's looking at it. It's also like an alternative fan finder thing with analytics. Once you get those analytics pulled and the fan finder going, I guarantee I'll talk to you off. Just send me an email. I'll talk to you off screen about this.
Thank you. Thanks,
I have
Joanne.
somebody that I hire that does the fan finders to blow it up because this is ready to go. I'm behind it 110%. It's really good,
Thank you.
Tom. And if you got a couple more like that, if you do one, then you can have a campaign with the second and the third and whatever. Because I think that's where a lot of the songwriters and the bands get stuck, is they've got the best songs, but how do we get it to the right people to hear it? And so unfortunately, it used to be, we'd have showcases and record labels would have showcases and there would be things like that. But now with technology and with COVID, it's you've got to use technology to get under the right faces and under the right noses. And there's a way to find out who the right people are and who your audiences are, but it's technical. It's very nerdy. It's very, but I have people on my team that do that. And there are other people I can refer you. You can pay to have someone done.
Oh,
You can
great.
meet with somebody. You can meet with somebody in LA. Where are you located? In LA, right? Yeah,
I'm in
Kenny knows
LA,
those over there.
West
Yeah,
Village.
yeah. And Kenny, who's one of the bands, he's a specialist at it, and we do training videos on it. There's probably 1,500 hours of training to get it right. But if you can get it done and get it right, you can get 1 million hits on it if it's a great song to begin with.
And then you
Which
do have to wear,
you're there.
You do have to wear lots of different hats these days. And yeah, the
Yeah.
marketing thing is
Yeah.
we don't have so many hours in the day. But
Well, I mean, you have, if you guys are on your Facebook, or for those of you who use social media or Instagram or TikTok or whatever, the attention span's short, but in between when you're going, you're going to see, hi, are you a songwriter? I can give you millions of this and millions of that, and millions of that, which they probably can, maybe half of them, if your song's good. The songs are not good, if it hasn't been reviewed by a pro, the
Right.
chances of what they're saying are really just going to, 90% is going to fall to the wayside. And then there's that 10% if they use that, maybe they can. But now, thank goodness, there are musicians on that I work with that have mastered some of these things, so that they're still teaching me. I'm starting with a fan finder for Music Biz Gal to draw my business of what I'm doing, which is what I'm giving you here tonight. But
Nice.
for the artist with the right song, there's no reason why, if we do the steps of the fan finder and the pixeled embedding thing, that we can easily get your 1 million hits and get you out there. And
Well-
if you, once you get so many hits and your blue check mark onto your Facebook page, the royalties come in that way as well. You
Blue
start
check mark. Okay,
making money that way as well.
that's fantastic. Joanne, is this
It's
song marketable
it's
as a
really-
duet?
Say that again? Oh, is it a duet? I mean, I like this one probably better. I think your sorry vocals are just more hurtful, but that doesn't mean that you're gonna that if I hear with a different vocal or a shared vocal that she might be even more gutsy. But I mean, you saw what it did to me. So, but there's nothing wrong with having an alternative version. Also, everybody that's out there that's going into the studio, if you can and you do your song, Lindy, you'd be good for this. If you have a female vocalist come in, do a work for hire for a couple $100 and have a female vocal, especially if you're doing country, and you're going to go that route as well, to do country. So Yeah.
And I've got all the metadata on the track as well. I know that's pretty key.
Real important. So many songwriters that have songs that are up to par, at least demo quality, I can teach you in a few courses online on Zoom one-on-one how to set up your metadata and how to pitch and then where to pitch. But I won't give that to you if the songs aren't at least demo quality where I think somebody might buy it. I'll just keep working on your songs over and over and over till you get to that level.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm glad you didn't suggest any changes because I spent a lot of money
Yeah.
mastering that.
Yeah, it's, for me sometimes, I mean, I got to learn it because I work with so many artists and I have to do one on my own, but I feel like with the artists that I work with, I need to walk their walk too, so I know what they're going through. And so I've got to do I'm setting up my fan finder thing too. So at least it'll make more sense when I talk to you and I'll be able to show you, this is where I started, this is what I did, and this is the numbers I got. And then you decide if it'll work for you or not. But it does work, but it's intense. So either learn it yourself, Google it. Everything's on the internet now, period. Or, but that pixel thing, you can look that up on Facebook. How do I get a pixel onto my web Google that in Facebook?
Right.
Because your songs are ready. If you start pixeling your website and your songs aren't ready, then you're just shooting yourself in the foot.
Thank you.
Still got a few more. So we got a few more. So thank you very much. Yeah, Tom, maybe we can tag I Will Stand on the back end of that song there. It'll be awesome. Okay. So next up, we've got Stephen Paul Medeiros. And then we got Larame and Eliza M. So Stephen Paul Medeiros. Go ahead and unmute.
Thanks, Jimmy. Hi, Joanne.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
How have you been?
Doing well.
Good. We have chatted
Doing
before. I
well.
recognize your name for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so what am I going to hear today, Stephen?
So this is a ballad that I wrote in the summer of 2020. It's about the history of social and racial injustice in this country. And I recorded it myself as an artist project and released it in September. But I thought it could find a niche possibly in sync. So I went back and re-recorded it with a more professional vocalist.
Is
And
the music broadcast quality?
I think so. I think so, yeah.
Okay. All right, let's give it a win. I like the name. Okay.
Sitting under a full moon, guided by two stars, searching for some answers to all that is so hard. If you're looking for truth deep inside your heart, searching for these answers, a song from deep inside, thinking about our freedom and our country's plan. Can we all just love as one in God's hands? We have fought and lost so many battles. In the Civil War, we killed our fellow man, brought men from a different country to harvest this land. After we had taken it from a proud spiritual man, in times of trouble and rebellion start looking back, God sending a message like a modern day Noah's Ark. Hope and inspiration, guided by the Lord's hands. He's here in our darkest hour to help us with this pain. This country is self-destructing in this broken land. Love will hold us together. It's always been God's plan.
Okay. Okay, so what I like about this a lot is the content. Obviously, it's very 2021, 2022. It's a uniting song and it's a spiritual song. So I like the currency of it. Can I get back to the lyrics, Stephen? The lyrics and the singing was too much. It needed to be shortened. And there was also some phrasing issues that I would have changed. And those were the same as the other song, like how you end in God's hand and in Noah's Ark. It needs to be like in Noah's Ark, like the phrasing has to be changed in order for it to have more of a punch. Because you sing like this and you sing in the same range, it all sounds like this, and the lyrics are all right here. And it needs to be more high, low, end, close, phrasing, solid, push. Also, I had just the only other thing was I had the lyrics, the oh, what do you want to say? Me, to, him, her, is, were, us, has to be cleaned up because, for example, when you say, I think he wrote about God's, I need the whole lyric up more. Maybe in the chorus. Okay. Right here. Okay. Hope and inspiration guided by the Lord's hand. He's here in our darkest hour to help us with this pain or his pain. So it needs to be our and our, or us and us. So just a little bit of grammar for me is like, is he talking about God or us? And I kind of get where we're going, but I would just clean up that a little bit. And the chorus is so long that I can't hum back the one line or the two lines in the chorus. That's what the chorus is for. It's always the hook in the song. And it's too long. I think you can say the exact same thing with two lines less. And of course, your hook is going to be at least the last two lines for sure have to be in the chorus. The time has come for us all to take a stand. Let's put our faith in the love of God and man. That's your hook. That's your chorus. Even if you just took those two phrases and you repeated it, that could be a really hooky chorus. The rest is just too wordy because you're talking about God and you're talking about your dark place, that the first four lines above it is almost a chorus. And so I would make that into another chorus or cut it. I'd have to spend more time obviously with the song, but I see the chorus is just, the time has come for all of us to take a good stand. Let's put our faith and let's in love of God and man. Boom, in love of God and man. Just simple, easy, simple, because it could be adult contemporary. It could be, I'd like to see it a little bit more country and Americana, but that chorus would be way too long for that. And then I might switch up the instrumentation and put more space in between the verse and chorus and let some solo go in there with the mandolin or dobro or fiddle, right? And sprinkle around it. Because I think it's just too long. It's a lot of the same thing until you get to the chorus, which is really the only part that our simple little pea brains are going to remember. But I do think definitely the verses are too long and too wordy. And then the phrasing, how you end up in the same range all the time. Not asking you to sing with a different voice, but that doesn't mean you can't end with a question mark or end with the exclamation point on the phrase.
Yeah. And so this was not my voice recording. In my recording, I felt personally like it had a lot more emotion to it. This recording feels a little bit mechanical to me.
Yeah.
But what I was hoping would happen was that he would change the phrasing, but he really didn't. He kept the same phrasing that I use, which isn't what the song needed. It needed, as you say, more of a lift.
But in order to get more of the lift, you would have had to probably hire more musicians to also change the vocal too. You can't just change the lyric and not change all the instrumentation. And so sometimes if you're working within a certain budget, that just can't happen because you really got to take out I would have changed a lot on the instrumentation as well, because the
Mhm.
intonation is going to give a vocal lift. So I don't
Yeah.
know if he's singing based on the instrumentation that he was given, or the instruments or the band is playing based on his limited vocal range. I don't know what came first, the chicken or the egg,
No,
but either way, it's
yeah,
the
the
same.
instrumentals came first. I don't know
Yeah.
about for you, but on my end, all I could really hear was the piano. But there's there's pedal steel guitar in there and a lot of drum
Yeah, no, I
and
heard that,
a lot of
but
violin. Yeah,
yeah. And yeah, it
yeah,
would have to be remixed and just redone to get it. It's pretty much not going to go very far, no matter who you bring in to sing it, because it's
hmm
limited to just that fixed track.
yeah.
And that
Okay.
fixed track doesn't have a lot of dynamics in it because it was recorded with the same level of vocal. So the
Mhm.
whole thing would have to be re-recorded, I would think. It's hard
Yeah.
to tell in this short
Okay.
one-on-one, but that's what my gut's
Yeah.
telling me. Yeah. But we need
Yeah.
songs like that right now. Like if you're gonna do that, that one needs to be done, right away.
Yeah, it's got a good message. Well, I
Yeah.
wish I'd have done it the summer that I wrote it, but I had some hesitancy for personal reasons, and I've changed it quite a bit too. So it was originally just 4 verses and a bridge. There was no chorus, and it was not so much of a God song, more of a song that focused more, I think, more directly on social injustice throughout
See,
the
I'm
history of
it's
the
more,
country.
it's very
So
godly and it kind of
yeah,
erases the social injustice. If
that's
I hear
what.
this song, I would never submit it for a social injustice song
Right,
because it's
right.
not the message that isn't strong enough there for that.
Yeah,
Some
exactly.
sections it is. There were some lyrics that I read that are, but overall, it's not. It just goes right to God and that's it.
And that's what I was trying to do, and that's what
Yeah.
allowed me to be able to, go ahead and release it and try to do something with it. So anyway, thank you for your time. I appreciate
Good
it.
time. It's the first time I got
Nice
a
to
song
see
like
you as
that.
always.
Yeah, nice to see you too.
Okay, thank you very
Yeah,
much.
Thanks,
you
Jimmy.
guys, if you guys want to stay in touch with me, don't go to the Joanne Ledesma Facebook because that's just pictures of my mom, my dog, and whoever I'm dating. Go to Music Biz Gal. That's where all the music stuff is happening. Okay.
MusicBizGal at yahoo.com. Make sure you email
That's my
her.
email, and my Facebook page is the Music Biz Gal. Yeah.
Okay, so now we've got a couple more, and then Steven. So Larambe is up next. Larambe, thanks for sticking around, man. Appreciate it.
Happy New Year, Larambe.
Happy New Year.
Good. We've been buds for what, about 10 or 15 years now doing SongNet?
Something like that.
Yeah. What you got for me today?
Got a little bit of soul and
Ooh.
adult contemporary.
I haven't had some soul yet. Let's bring it on.
Well, you deserve some soul, so
I know. Do I need to get a glass of wine for this one?
well, we might need more than that.
All right.
Happy New Year, by the way.
Happy New Year.
Sweet melody. Heard her loud and clearly. She touched me deep. Oh, she was so appealing. Piqued my curiosity. Had insightful lyrics that were so compelling. And her performance was so overwhelming. Sweet melody, playing again. Now I hear music where there had never been. There were many musical choices, but I chose hers instead. 'Cause sweet melodies stuck in my head. She got the rhyme and the rhythm. Rhythm has a natural flow. She sings with conviction, straight from her soul. I listen closely, cause she speaks to me. Feels like our spirits are in perfect harmony. Sweet melodies playing again.
Okay, stop.
Once again.
In perfect harmony. For some reason, when that part comes on, I would have switched on the harmony to the way you delivered it to have it more close-ended. It's a beautiful song. You know what's funny is my washing machine broke, not my dryer, but my washing machine broke. So for the last 3 weeks, I've been going to this laundromat, and all they play is like the wave radio music, smooth jazz. And I could swear this is like another song in that playlist in between, you know, Taka Khan and, you know, some other soulful, you know, Dave Koz song. I mean, it's just perfect for the genre. You nailed it. Very, very smooth jazz. I like it. And your other songs are just like this. Have you been pitching them?
Well, you took Naked last time,
I did. I liked it.
and no, but I haven't really been doing anything since.
Yeah. You know, reach out to me. I can probably teach you with a little bit of time, a couple of specific places on where to pitch it. But you've been doing this for a while, so you're already aware of some of them, like Taxi and X-Ray and Song Submit and some of
Right,
those.
right.
And they do get a lot of smooth jazz kind of stuff. And so you should be hitting on all of those, because there's never enough of that genre. And also do a test run on radio with this one too. There are some companies, Kenny Loggins, his brother, forgot his name. His company is called Loggins Promotions. I think they're in Huntington Beach or Long Beach. It's not cheap, but it's a good, they're maybe in the $500 to $2,000 range, but they can run a radio campaign, and they call all of the radio stations that are in that genre. So they'll go right to that genre and they'll do it globally, and they'll ask if they'll play it, or if they'll put it in rotation, and they'll put it in rotation. And they'll ask the DJs if they liked it, if they didn't like it, how many spins, and you'll get this nice report back. Like you could do like a 30, 60 or 90 day or 6-month campaign and find out where your target audiences are. So that's something else you can do that I think might work. There are other companies that specialize in soul and funk and hip hop. So there's different companies that just do specific genres, but definitely that's a smooth jazz, soul, neo soul. There was a couple places in there that you did some things with the vocals. You added a filter, you added, I don't know if it was echo or reverb or just some things. And it was when you do that, don't do more than one within a phrase. Like if you're in the verse, do it once in the verse at the same spot every time. But when you went with a background vocal, and then you went with an echo, and then you went with like face covering and just all these things, you did 2 or 3 in one phrase. And it was a little bit too much. You have a nice voice. Also in the second part of the song, I don't have the lyrics in front of me, but in the second phrase, I guess that was your verse or whatever, you hit a falsetto in there. Hit that more. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. You let that cat out of the bag right away. Show us your dimples right away. Okay. Because that's a really good falsetto that was in there. And that's a great lovemaking song. Let me tell you, that one and Naked. I love Naked.
Thank you.
All right, thank you for that. But good songwriting is always, and I don't know why you're not getting hits or submitting stuff. Naked's a little hard because it's got the word naked in it for me. But for
What makes that difficult if it's
it doesn't. I actually pitched it. I pitched 3 songs and they didn't pick my song. They went with somebody else's song. But I pitched it for it was either Revlon or Clairol. It was one of those companies that does foundation. And so what they were trying to say is that when you put it on, it goes on as if it's your natural skin, is what they were saying. And it went to like tier level 2, but it didn't make it to tier level 1, which means it's just like one of the top 3 in the running. And I never tell my songwriters what I do with their songs because I don't want to disappoint them. I used to go, oh, we got in the next level. Oh, we got in the next level. I've even had songs placed in the motion picture in a Marvel movie or something like that. And then it gets in, it even gets pre-screened. You know how they do those test audiences? And then it goes back, and then Spielberg will remove that scene and the song's out. And I'm like, I even had the footage where I could show the artist, look where your song ended up, and then still not make the cut. So I don't do that anymore. but I had that one. There was something else last year, I think, right when you gave it to me, that I think I did a pitch. Maybe, and I think when I do those pitches, I don't even say the song naked. I just go, here's a song, hoping that, you know, they don't get that part in there so much. But
They
I
don't
did
think it's
pitch it
sexual,
for
do they?
that.
It's not sexual.
No, it's not. But you know, when you're doing with, we're dealing with 10 seconds and 15 seconds and maybe 30 seconds. We're never dealing with the whole 3-minute song. You've never seen a commercial that goes through the whole song.
Yeah,
period.
that's true.
It's usually 10 or 15.
Right.
But I really think that you should be proactive and go on to every podcast that you can and pitch it to them. Can I give you my song for free to use for your bumper in the front and the end of your show? Just offer it up for free for a year, and see if you can get that kind of exposure. I'm sure the females would like it, and there's a lot of female podcasts out there. That's a great way, you guys, to get music exposure, is let them use it as a bumper in between, for podcasting. That's going to get you a lot of views. Okay. You like that, Tom? I saw you shake your head. Yeah, podcasting is a big deal. Ask Joe Rogan; he's making millions.
Yeah,
Well,
podcasting.
this song is part of an album that'll be coming out probably next month or so.
Oh, run a campaign. Run a campaign. Yeah,
So,
your
budget-wise,
genre
I
is easy. Larambe, your genre is easier. Your smooth jazz, your neo soul, your all of those categories.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Good job.
Good job.
Yeah. Also, playlisting helps too, because there's a lot of playlists out there on Spotify, and you know some of those guys are influencers. You get on one of them, and you're golden.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we got Eliza Morrison. Eliza, you can go ahead and unmute there. Hi, Eliza.
Hi, Eliza.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi, can I see her? I see Jimmy.
You should see me.
Oh, there she is. Okay.
Hi.
Hello. Oh, we got the cool glasses night tonight. There was a couple
know,
of us.
I like
Okay.
yours too.
I love it. Good. I just want to know. I'm in fashion. Okay. I never know about these things. All right. Traveling Sky. Is this going to be an Americana country thing?
I would say I think it's a little singer-songwriter and
Okay.
maybe a little on the poppy side.
Okay. Because I saw the title of Traveling Sky and I was like, okay, maybe this is a root song.
Not a big sky country thing at all.
Okay. 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 Let her rip.
Just wanna face you. I wanna see what you see. Ain't gonna break you. Can't really save you from yourself whenever I'm near you. I simply melt from desire. You always sway me. Since you're the air to my fire. And I've got a theory about you and I. That we'll be
Steven, stop it
together
for a second.
under the traveling sky.
Okay. So I like the song and I like your voice, but this song needs to be slowed down a little bit because it's a great song. Right here, I'm going to listen to more, but I just want to start. Can I see more of the whole lyric from the top to the middle, Steven? Por favor. Because it's rushed. It's too good of a song for you to be singing it that fast. I want to see you. I want to know. That's just like that tempo is a little bit better when you get to that and it holds. I want to face you. I want to see what you see. Okay, go ahead and start it again. Just try to keep that tempo, slower tempo in mind, and your voice is going to hold. Go ahead.
Just wanna face you. I wanna see what you see. Ain't gonna break you. Can't really save you from yourself.
Ain't gonna break
Whenever I'm near you. I simply melt from
Whenever
desire.
I'm near
Always
you.
sway me, since you're the air to my fire. And I've got a theory about you and I, that we'll be together under a traveling sky. And if all the others have gone and passed you by,
So you have a beautiful voice. It's a great story. I just think the phrasing just needs to be slightly tweaked on your vocal delivery to just make the song kick butt. It's a really good song. And I wanna da 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 da. And and just a lot of rise, a lot of fullness, a lot of bring it up there, because it just sounds like you're just kind of pushing
Okay,
the
you mean
song in.
you mean like extend the verse, like
Yeah,
extend the phrasing.
slow it down a little bit, extend the
slow it.
verse. Yeah, because if you're saying, I want to sing you, instead of, I want to sing you, right? But
Right.
you're more like, I want to sing you, na, na,
Right.
na, 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 na. Okay, so this is choppy. It's choppy.
I see.
And so if you
Okay.
extend the phrasing, I'm going to
Uh-huh.
connect with the words, because it's a great song. Traveling Sky, although you're a stranger, you're not. I mean, it's a difference between you're my knight in disguise, like you were my knight in disguise. Even if you go up or down or whatever before you get to usually the second line goes up and the bottom one gets closed. And so I think if you slowed it up a little bit,
Uh-huh.
it's just gonna be a beautiful, beautiful singer-songwriter song. It didn't take me that long. Like I said, I stopped it right away. I'm like, oh, well, this is an easy resolve. It's just get it slowed down and get the phrasing pushed up a little bit more, because you have it in your vocal range.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, some of us are only here, in the mid, and you can go up and down and high, and you can hold your notes. So use that beautiful voice, you guys, to extend those words. And the longer those words are extended, the more we're going to connect to those hook, even to your chorus. This is the kind of song that the girls hear and they know all the words to the chorus and the verse, like an Adele song. Adele songs are like that. They don't just sing the verse. It just seems like everybody who knows an Adele song knows the verses and the choruses.
Okay.
So I really like it. I really like it. I just need the ingredients to make it land on more ears than just a few of us in this room who are listening to it for that purpose, if that
Okay.
makes sense.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah. I like it. I like your voice. I like your glasses. I like your songwriting. I like the lyrical content. I didn't hear any word stuffing. It's just, let's smooth it out so it's not so choppy and so, and just make it, smooth it out a little bit.
Slow more. Okay.
Yeah, use that voice. Use that voice. I want to hear more. I mean, and you're singing correctly. You're singing from your stomach and not from your nasal area. So I know you can do it. But
Wow.
and Traveling Sky, perfect. It's a
Eliza's
very
great.
yeah, it's great. It's great. Yeah.
So it's Eliza Morris and Rusty, and if you're interested, Rusty Perez is another songwriter that comes to SongNet frequently, and he just wanted to know who you are and what's going on, so he may be reaching out for collaboration. Rusty's an excellent songwriter, so
Yay, Rusty.
see
But
how that
Eliza,
works.
I like that song. If you redo it or retweak it to me, I don't care if it's this year, next year, get it to me, because
Okay.
you have a high vocal range and the instrumentation is high. That's always good for sing. Those are the easy ones. Those are those the 6 songs that I did in that Disney movie were all that, either piano or guitar with a high vocal range.
Mhm.
And so that's really, really singable. So don't not do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
Thank
You're
you. Okay.
welcome.
So now we've got Steven's got one, and then
Hi,
there's
Rusty, by the way. I didn't mean to pass you up.
no, Rusty didn't submit anything this time, but
Yeah, but I wanted to say hi and acknowledge that I heard him, and I'm glad he's there. And I hope, Rusty, if you're there, you can leave comments. Let us know if you found any of this information valuable. Okay, so who's up next?
okay, now we got Stevens, and then also there's a few people that submitted. The 2 of the East Coasters. I think they didn't want to stay too late because they are on the East Coast, but
Okay.
they would like to have their stuff played if that's okay with you.
Sure.
Okay, so right now we got Steven. Steven, go ahead and boot it up.
Steven GC.
This is called Alleys of LA. It's it's about a time I walked into the alley and I saw a couple of people dancing, of all things. So it's a happy LA song.
Cycle time, cool summer night. Look in the alley, left and right. But who is this that I now see dancing right in front of me? A couple arm in arm, turn round and round. There is magic here, they say, in this place they call LA. In a moment, all your dreams, they can come true. Didn't believe it all before. Even night becomes the day in the jasmine-scented alleys of LA. Are they lovers or just good friends? A student teacher, well, it depends. I raise my thumb and smile. No distraction while there is magic here, they say, in this place they call LA. In a moment, your dreams, they can come.
Lovely chorus. I just love that chorus.
Thank you.
There's magic here, they say. And it's very hooky. And at first I thought, oh my God, is he going to have too many lines for his chorus? But they're short lines, and so it works. And it solidifies the story, what the story's about. The instrumentation, I don't know what it is, because your instruments are playing right all on top of your singing. They're not playing a supportive role. It seems like every instrument is playing a starring role with your vocals. And you've got a sharp guitar and you've got the drum, everybody's singing on top of you. So the band needs to be more supportive of your vocals. And then I wasn't sure about the verses. I'd have to hear it more to make more of a comment, but the success in this song is definitely that chorus for sure. I don't know. Maybe it's weird because it's the verse and then a pre-chorus. Maybe it should just all be lumped into some. I'd have to go back and spin and dig deeper. But the gold in that song is definitely your chorus. But somebody needs to be playing rhythm section and not lead all over your vocals. Was that you on every instrument or drum machine
No,
or
that's
something?
a producer I used. Well, at Nashville Tracks is who
Did that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, the music just didn't, because the song's not defined. Is it a dance track? Is it, I don't think that Nashville Tracks would have been the right for that kind of song.
Okay.
It's not a Nashville song. It's an alley dance LA song. Probably EDM would have been even better than that. Or something a little more rocky or intense. But not Nashville Tracks. I don't think they knew what to do with it because it's very
You
poppy.
might be right. Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
So if you have a poppy song, don't send it to Nashville Tracks.
Okay.
Because all they're going to do is work around what you sent them. And you didn't leave them room to play anywhere else, to come in and do their thing.
Mhm.
So they couldn't dance around your vocals because they're very all over this, and this is where you are. And in Nashville, where do we put the dobro, or the jaw harp, whatever it is that they're doing.
Well, they do play different genres, but it's more like you have to tell them exactly
Well,
what to do, I think.
first of all,
Mhm.
you send them a chart, you send them the tempo, you give them instruments and then alternatives. Like if you don't have a fiddle, I'll take a dobro or right on this section. And you need to send them 3 to 4 YouTube video sounds alike,
Mm-hmm.
so that they know what the sound you're going for. But I always say, you know, when I take a job, can we rework vocals if we need to? Because if your vocals are set like this and we want to slow it down and Nashville it out to make it a really good Nashville song, we can't do that if you're not in the studio with us. So they're stuck with just doing with whatever you sent them, which is if you send them no room, you're getting a song back that has no leads because there's no room for those leads, that kind of thing. That's just too poppy. Can you name like 3 other YouTube hits that sound like that you could have possibly sent them to go for?
I wouldn't have a clue.
All right. So before you write a check and spend money,
Yeah.
okay, make sure that you submitted to those producers 3 songs that are current in the last 3 years that are making money, so they can know what to do with your song. If you're not doing that, then you're just throwing your money away. You want to give them direction. And but you can't, you know, give them those lyrics and say, make this sound like Adele. You have to be realistic about the song and what you're giving them and the tempo. Yeah. And they say, hey, if you need to slow it down, I can recut the vocals, or just send me the song, and then when I get it back, I'll recut the vocals here, whatever you're going to do. But if you're just sending it blindly and you're not sending what we call reference tracks, they have nothing to reference.
Okay.
And so that's what you're getting back. You always want to use reference tracks. Anytime I take a songwriter into a studio, I always demand at least 3 reference tracks. And then I'll kick the reference tracks back. I'll say, you gave me these 3 reference tracks and 2 of them are Adele. Okay, you sing in baritone. Send me 3 reference tracks that are current, that has a girl singing with the baritone voice. Let's be realistic about what their expectations are from the producers. Because if you send me Adele and you can't sing falsetto, then you need to find another reference track, because it's never going to be that way, and I'm just taking your money, right?
Right.
So you have to do that. Always use reference tracks and make those reference tracks are current. I mean, sometimes you can throw in a Linda Ronstadt, because her music could still be a hit at this time. There's some things that you can go back, but at least it's a solid reference track that was a hit at one time with all the right ingredients, and it has a definite genre built in. That song doesn't have a genre. It could be hip hop, it could be a children's song, it could be like, there's not even a reference as to genre in the song, but the chorus is there and it's solid. So you got to figure out where you want to go with that chorus and have all the song structure go in the right places, and then have the references, and then send it off and spend the money, and you'll get back double what you put in. That's my take on it.
Okay.
So save the chorus. Let me know what you can. Let me know what you come up with.
All right.
All right.
Yeah,
So we
I
got.
like-
Go ahead.
So we got a couple of friends of mine that are East Coasters. I want to make sure that
Some
they got
feedback,
played at
okay.
least. So the first one is John Pfeiffer. John Pfeiffer is one of my really good friends. I've met him on the internet for some of these open mics. And so let's go ahead and play his real quick.
Okay. Hi, John Piper, or good morning or good afternoon. I don't know when you're going to re-review my comments, but hello.
They'll see it on
And thank you for
YouTube.
submitting.
John Pfeiffer? Is it John Pfeiffer?
Yeah, it should be John Pfeiffer. Maybe he put under Pfeiffer's Corner.
Let me
No?
see.
John Bernard? No.
No.
What's the song name?
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, let's see what have we gone through. We've gone through that one. We've gone through that. Who's Mike?
Mike Talega is a local guy.
Okay.
Stephen Blaine. I see Stephen Blaine. Let's put up Stephen Blaine.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, Stephen. Or good morning, good afternoon from wherever you are when you get this.
I don't think John sent one in. I think he said he was going to send it in depending on the timing.
Oh.
Okay, so this is Stephen Blaine. I can see the lyrics. Let's let
I
her
don't think he
rip.
actually sent one in.
Okay.
Okay.
Boulevard of Broken Dreams. That sounds like it might be a Jackson Brown song, huh?
There's a place I often wind up late at night at
Green Day.
2 or 3.
avenue we walked along when you belonged to me. As the wind is whipping coldly through my jacket and my jeans, it's a long and lonely road, this boulevard of broken dreams. Through the mist of night I wander as the city hums its tune, while the silhouettes of buildings cast their shadows neath the moon. I wander past the junkies while the neon gently screams. Kindred spirits on this boulevard of broken dreams. All our plans and all our schemes along this boulevard of broken dreams.
Good. Okay.
I'm thinking of you always.
Thank you. Wow. No, this is different because it sounds like something that could have come out of Scotland or Ireland or England. Because some of his words and stuff are very English, I would say, very pubby, or and then it reminds me of a classical singer like an old Robert Goulet or somebody of that genre. What a beautiful male vocal. It's almost an old school, traditional, classic vocal. I just need it to be supported with better musicians. I think the instrumentation was okay. I would have liked to hear it more with, say, Celtic undertones or something like that. Maybe some fiddle or some Irish drum, or maybe even like strings, like a Burt Bacharach kind of production, something classic, because that's such a bold classic vocal. He's definitely the right guy to deliver those lyrics. And the lyrics, his voice, and then his chorus was bold, and his chorus was like, it could almost be another song. Like his chorus could almost be a Beatles song if you just extracted that and imagine it very Beatle-esque. I'd have to hear the song over again to figure out what instrumentation, but that guy can really sing. Wow. And he's very adult contemporary, and it could be, if it was produced right, be used for film and TV. Ending credits, beginning credits. Mostly I see a lot of ending credits for a song like that. Something very Braveheart, if I can imagine something with the right industry. Almost even have, it could even have orchestration under it. I think orchestration under it with that guy's, with him singing that song would be phenomenal. I need to spend more time with it, but what a voice.
Great, thank you. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
sure he'll
what a
appreciate
voice,
that.
and what a strong
Yeah.
chorus. Wow.
Okay, so next we got Mike Talega, and
Okay.
he's also come regularly. He's always really tired. I'm not quite sure what he does for a living, but he's, whenever he comes a song that he's half dead. So, but
My internet says it's
yeah, I
a
can.
little
You're freezing a
unstable,
lot.
but we should be okay.
We should be okay, but yeah, we're freezing a bit. Okay, let's go with Mike.
Trust in me will be. Asking you to take your time, girl. Trust in me will be fine, girl. Forever and a day. I know it often feels that way. I share with you things I don't share, girl. Promises show that we care, girl. Forever and a day, I know it often feels that way.
dry these memories from me.
Okay, that's good. Mike, what a great song. I didn't hear the second half, but if it's anything like the first half, it's ready to go. It's a 10 out of 10. It's produced well. It's Americana. It's folky. It's very, yeah, very folky. It's ready for airplay. It's ready for sync. I like what you did with the background female vocals. I love the brushes on the drums. You nailed it on the drums. You nailed it on the instrumentation. You nailed it with the harmonica. You nailed it with the space. Another really, really good song. It's you should submit it to the Americana Awards. Ameritropolis, I think is the name of the awards. If you guys are writing Americana music, they have their own association. It's very comparable to anything from Icy Hawks to Ryan Adams to Wilco to Sun Volt. It's all sort of in that genre. Those are your peers, and that's a really good song. And if you're not listening to any of those guys that I mentioned, you should, because they're your competition, and you're probably as good as, from what little I hear, as equal to at least what some of those guys are doing, you know, Wilco and all that stuff. So good job. I hope to hear from you. musicbizgal@yahoo.com. That's a winner chicken dinner. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, he actually delivers that live too, because he plays our showcases and he's really good.
Yeah, it's a great song. Yeah.
Okay, we just got a couple quick ones here. We got Ed Lackey and then Emmanuel Lawrence. So we got Ed Lackey coming up. Is it working there, Steve?
I can tell he's working. I see his body moving.
Sometimes Ed doesn't quite get it there, so we'll see. There it is.
Hi, Nancy.
I wake up in the morning and I go downtown, working for the man and I don't mess around. I really like my job and you know he pays me well, but every night the traffic is a brand new hell, and there's a brown-haired woman, waiting there for me. A brown-haired woman, just as pretty as can be. A brown-haired woman, don't you know I love her so? I know she really loves me, 'cause she always tells me so. Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
Ed Lackey, you have a good song with the wrong music behind it. This song should be written for somebody like a Willie Nelson would be perfect, or a Merle Haggard or a Lucas Nelson, or any one of them outlaws can do this song. It's a great outlaw song, but they're not going to discover the fantastic song that is perfect for an outlaw if you have quirky, poppy, electronic, bouncy music. It's hiding it. If you could redo the song with just somebody playing the acoustic guitar and slow it down, you're going to actually have a perfect song to pitch to a Nashville singer-songwriter. Okay, so good song. I could hear Willie singing it if it was slower. I mean, Good Hearted Woman. It's another one of those songs like that. He can deliver it. Any one of those Nashville guys can deliver a song like that. It's just, it was too fast, which chopped it up, and it had completely the wrong instrumentation for it. So that's an easy fix. It's hard to write a good song with good lyrics for a good singer. You just need to put the acoustic guitar so that we can hear it. And it's definitely an outlaw country song for sure. So good luck with that. Let me know if you need my help. musicbizgal@yahoo.com. I see Daniel Marcus hiding in the corner. What's up, Daniel? Did you not give us a song tonight? Did I go over it already? Are you MIA? Did we lose him? Okay, so Emmanuel, are you here, Emmanuel?
No, he's
Okay,
not.
he's gone. Okay.
Yes, excuse me, Joanne. Yeah, I
Go ahead.
submitted too much smoke, not enough fire earlier.
Okay, good.
Thank you for your
All right.
comments.
Okay.
And I'm on the East Coast, by the way, so I'm kind of
Why I'm
laying
keeping you
back
up
a little.
late? Wow, I must be
That's
pretty
okay.
good,
I'm
huh?
enjoying this. Thank you.
Okay, good. So what do we got from Emmanuel? He's been with Songnet for quite some time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he submitted this one before, I think, actually.
You're a bad word.
Much fussing, all about cussing. Those words can pierce.
Oh, it's Lyle Lovett.
And though cussing is wrong, it never hurt me as long. It never hurt me like you do. That's because you're a bad word. You're a bad taste in my mouth. You're a four-letter word. When I say your name, I wanna spit it out. You're a bad word.
Okay, Emmanuel, you have this great voice, if that's you singing, or I don't recall, but that's a Lyle Lovett voice.
That's him singing, yeah.
You can't get around it. So the instrumentation on the verse was kind of okay to quirky. I like the upright bass. I don't know what that little keyboard thingy was in the beginning. I'd switch that out. Then you took a flip on me. I lost my Lyle Lovett and you went to 80s hair rock Van Halen. And it became a whole nother song, and I lost your voice in all of the hair band music. Stick with what you did in the beginning. Use an upright bass. Listen to the Lyle Lovett big band album. Not that you have a big band behind you, but listen to his stuff. Use his instrumentation. This would be really good for Nashville songwriters to get behind it. This would be the right song to send a group like that. But do it all Lyle Lovett, because it's a good song and it's got that awkward timing in it that he uses a lot and gets away with it. In other words, he's one of those guys that doesn't have to come out with a certain verse and a certain chorus and a certain pre-chorus and just all the structure, because of that unique voice and that unique genre that he does. You can get away with the forced songwriting structure in the regular normal sense of, say, country, Americana, outlaw. Do it as an outlaw song. Use outlaw instrumentation. Leave it really empty. Doesn't need to be full. Get rid of the hairbound music and you have yourself a solid hit. Okay, that's just my advice and I'm sticking to it. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. Well, thank you so much. Did Liz Zakubian send anything in, Steve, or not? You're still muted, Steve.
Not that I saw. Let me double check.
Okay.
No, I didn't see anything. I sent her 2 emails saying that this was going to be virtual, but I don't know. She didn't send it in. So
Okay, well, that's fine.
Yeah.
Wow, so it's just about 10 o'clock. Thank you so much, Joanne. You rock. That
You're
was
welcome.
great. You
Does anybody have
guys-
any questions? You have to run. I'll answer any business questions.
Oh, it's
Yes,
we
I-
have 3 state
Raise your
hours.
hand.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Let me answer.
Yeah. Joanne, could you go over again the format for submitting songs to you?
Okay. My email is musicbizgal@yahoo.com.
Right.
And in the subject matter, all you have to do is write 2 free submissions. And then, and also, I forgot to say this. You need to send them in a clickable link. I will not download your songs. I have no space. I have no room. I switch keyboards all the time or go from my phone to whatever. Everything has to be in a clickable link, like a SoundCloud, or you know what a clickable link is, right? Something. I'm not going to download a song. I won't download a song. I'll just skip. And I will confirm that I've got them, so you know that they reached me and they got into my files. If you want feedback or help or whatever, then in the subject matter, just put 60 for 60 song net, and then schedule. I'll follow up with the schedule. And if you book it within 2 weeks, yeah, you don't have to do the 2 hour deal or whatever.
Okay. Now,
And
do you
because-
recommend, is it one song at a time? Is that easier for work, or how does that work?
Restate your question.
Well, do we send just one song at a time, or a batch of songs, or album?
Are you just gonna do the free thing where you submit me 2 songs, or just send a link, your SoundCloud, and just make
Okay.
sure they're the top 2 songs? If you want a consult, then I'll send anything and everything you got. Then I'll explain all that.
Okay.
And you bring all your questions.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else? Question? I saw another hand up there. I teach anything too. I could teach publishing besides just songwriting or all that kind of stuff, PR, whatever. I also go into the studio when I have time and I produce songs. So instead of me just trying to tell you what's in my head, I just take out what's in my head and record it. Anybody else? I think we're good. Jimmy?
Yeah, I think we are good. So thank you so much once again, Joanne. You rock. It's been great.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you, Jimmy and Steve, Joanne.
Thank you, Joanne. You are,
Thank you, Joanne. And I know a lot of you have songwriter friends. It's very rare that you get an opportunity to meet somebody that needs songs right away. So you can just say, so-and-so referred to me, or Jimmy referred to me, or whatever, and have somebody send me 2 songs. Okay. I'm always accessible 2 songs per year for free, no matter what. Just never require a consult. I'm always accessible that way.
Also, just one final note. If anyone wants to save the chat log, if you go to the chat, on the bottom right, there are 3 dots. And if you click that, you'll see it says save chat. And you can save the chat if you
I want to save it. How do I do that?
You go to the chat, okay. On the bottom of your Zoom screen, there's a thing that says chat, which you can see the chat. And then you open that up, and on the bottom right, next to the face, you'll see 3 dots. And then you click on that, and it says save chat. And it'll save it to a Zoom file on your computer.
Yeah, I got into the chat and then
Bottom 3 dots.
Yeah, bottom right of the chat window. Yeah.
Oh yeah, way down there.
Yeah, way down
yeah.
where you're gonna, in the next
Okay,
line,
got
you'll be
it.
typing a new message. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Also, is this saved right, Jimmy?
Yes,
It's
yes.
streamed on
will-
YouTube and saved. Yes.
So
I'd like to be able to
on our-
save this and maybe use some of the edits
Yeah, you can do that.
for music.
It's on our
Yes,
YouTube
yeah.
channel,
Okay, cool.
which is called Songnet Space LA.
Oops.
Songnet LA.
Yeah, if you want to grab it, I'm putting it in the chat right now. So
Awesome.
there you go. Save that, and then you're all set to go. So that was really good. Yeah, for those of you that are watching this YouTube feed, next time we may not do the stuff if you're not here because it really gets long otherwise. But this time we did that just as a courtesy and a favor to you guys because it is COVID time and all that, and we want to make sure that everybody's heard. So thank you once again to everybody that submitted. Thank you once again to the people that are here, and especially thank you, Joanne. You rock. Joanne's been a great person for us all the time, and she's the only one that we have come back again in the middle of the year because what she does is so important, and also because she's so accessible to all of us. So thank you again, Joanne. You're amazing.
Thank you. Love you, Jimmy. And I will see you at NAMM show, I think, in June.
Hopefully, we'll see if it's available there. Okay.
Thanks, Joanne.
Joanne.
Thank you,
You're
Joanne.
welcome. Again,
Thank you,
Jamie,
Joanne.
Thank you.
Melody,
Good night,
Daniel,
everybody.
Libby, thank you for sharing your babies with me. I appreciate it.
Thank you.